What are the chances this stays on the whole episode?
No shot.
0% once you start chugging that dick.
All right, let's do it. I forgot I did a Halloween intro 2021, which I think is just a goat, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Cup to cup.
It wasn't the goat.
It wasn't good.
Welcome, everybody. It is Cup to Cup Halloween special. I'm about to give up on this mustache.
I was about to say there's something looking at you just now that made me want to respect you more for some reason.
Folks, it's a special episode on Halloween. My Halloween costume is a mustache that's now on my nose. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I got the OG squad.
This feels good.
Feels
Jason
right.
and
Chase. That's it. These are my
Feels
boys.
right.
Here they are. This is who all started it right here.
Everything feels right in the world right now.
It's like it should be. Like, we're not talking over each other. Like, shit's not fucking chaotic. We don't have to worry about Chris, like, forcing him to say things because he's just not here. And Jose, you know, we don't have to worry about being inclusive as much.
Oh my God.
Things like that.
Bro, I hurt his feelings when I found out it was just us three on this episode. I was like, fuck
sure
yeah,
did.
the OG. And he was just like, cool, bro. Fuck us, right?
I don't think he was actually hurt.
I think he's hurt, but he's also like relieved at the same time.
Yeah.
I think Jose's the only one that I feel like we have to kind of drag him, and it's like a guilt trip. Like, hey, come on, bro. Like, are you part of this or not? But
hey, the exciting day today, it's a little bit different than our usual podcast. Usually we do our different segments, you know, like the typical cup to cup style. But this episode, we are going to be diving into a 90s horror movie bracket. That's right. We have listed our bracket from 1 to 16, excuse me, done by our boy Chris, which comes from, what was it, Jay? His Mind?
he says his Mind, IMDb, and Rotten Tomatoes rankings.
Is
So
how
he
you
pulled-
ranked him. He didn't
ranked
ever. He
them,
didn't ever
ranked
say how he picked the 16. Maybe that's also how he picked the 16. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
you
So
wanna
we
go-
got those ranked.
we got them ranked. I'll go through them real quick. And again, I know our listeners are very specific when it comes to the rankings. So if you want to bite someone's head off, I literally did this on purpose. When you see the YouTube clip and you start seeing these this bracket starting to come out, it's Chris's 90s horror movie bracket. I did that on purpose. So take your heat and put it towards Chris. We're fucking going with this based off of his rankings. If you want to figure out how that all happened, talk to him. Unfortunately, he's not here, which is kind of crazy because it's Chris's 90s horror movie bracket. This is like what he lives for.
He's our horror expert. Our horror expert.
It's like when you have that problem that only the boss can solve and the boss is on vacation. Sorry about it, folks.
There's one thing that boss can do. One fucking thing, and he can't be here for it. So
Yeah.
that being said, I'll go through the matchups, but I'll go through the rankings. It's going to be kind of scattered around because of how it's written. I don't want to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because I didn't write this out. But I'm going to go through the matchups first, and that'll break down the rankings. So number 1, The Silence of the Lambs versus number 16, Urban Legend. Number 2, The Sixth Sense versus number 15, House on Haunted Hill. Number 3, Misery versus number 14, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Number 4, Scream versus number 13, Halloween H2O. Number 5, Sleepy Hollow versus number 12, Child's Play 2. And number 6, Tremors versus number 11, The Craft. So there's a couple things that might come to mind. Chase brought this up. Child's Play 2 instead of 1. That's because Child's Play 1 was in the 80s. Why there aren't other Screams, we don't have an answer for that. It's just Scream 2 was in 98.
Maybe he just wanted one Scream in there.
Don't scream at us.
Oh man,
Jesus Christ!
I'm not ready for early.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Starting early.
I'm not ready.
Just go ahead and sip that dick real quick.
I'm just gonna do no shot.
No shot. No shot.
All right, there's the loops off. There's crickets, applause, shut up,
Shame.
and then obviously I got to find the most important one.
That one gets
terrifying.
That one gets me every.
Soundboard's getting terrifying.
It's terrifying. All right, so I did have this in my mind. I really did want to pull the intros up. But
Did you go through them all, Jay? Did I miss something?
No, I did. I went through them all. That's how quick it is.
Okay.
Like, it's a 16 bracket. I think it'll go quick. I do want to pull the intros up. I just haven't planned properly. So we might throw them in there. Maybe when we get to, like, the final four or the Elite Eight, we'll throw them in there.
We should definitely, like, throw in random sounds for, like, jump scares, you know?
I like it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you
Like
mean?
from one of these movies, if you can find it.
Just randomly. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, we got that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think we need to pull anything from the movie. I mean,
No, I'm
we
just
got
saying.
that.
Drop that in, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus. What is that, extended version there?
I don't know, man. It's just that's it, man. And then we got
Fuck up, Kevin.
we got Jose and Chris in this, no matter
There
what.
we,
So
we're
there
we're
we
tossing
go.
them in. I know in previous brackets, Jay, we had criteria
You're right.
for ranking or for voting.
Chris has dropped them. He called it the rules and voting criteria. First one is which movie is scarier or creepier? Which movie has the better kills? Which movie feels more like the 90s movie? 90s feel. I like that. That was a good one to throw in there. And which movie is the better movie overall? And I want to throw this out there because I brought this up to Chase kind of a little bit passively aggressively. This is called Chris's horror movie bracket. So I want to give you the definition of what Search Labs / Google's AI tells us what a horror movie is. A horror movie is a film that aims to frighten, shock, and disgust the audience by evoking their worst fears. So by that definition, these movies kind of hit the point. But at some point, when I think of horror, some of these don't hit, like Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that
Does it
doesn't. It's got
feel-
some jump scares, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Like, it does have some moments, but like it overall, it feels more like a, I don't know, drama thriller.
Yeah, some of these feel a little bit more thriller than horror, but hey, like I said, it's Chris's, and we're gonna roll with the 16 we have. So let's just fucking deal with it. If you guys have movies that should have made this bracket that's in the 90s, I know there's some weird fucking like, I don't know, like cult classics that no one's even heard of. That I'm sure the horror movie people love. So throw those at us and let us know.
I'm sure we're missing like one or two obvious ones too.
Oh, I'm sure
That
of it.
just happens on every bracket.
But let's just start it off right away with the first bracket, or the first matchup. The Silence of the Lambs. Again, I didn't know it was the Silence of the Lambs. I thought it was always Silence of the
I
Lambs.
definitely thought it was just Silence of the Lambs.
Maybe I put it, or he put it there in the matchup. We already have a controversy. The Silence of the Lambs versus number 16, Urban Legend. And because I've been talking so much, I'm going to make Chase go first.
All right, I'm going to go through the criteria. I'm going to start which movie is better because that one's so fucking obvious that it's The Silence of the Lambs. It's not close at all. Which movie feels more like a 90s movie? I've seen The Silence of the Lambs several times. I've seen Urban Legend once and probably paid attention to 20% of it because I don't recall it being a very good movie.
Wow.
So 90s feel. What I do remember about Urban Legend, I do remember it feeling pretty 90s. So I guess I'll give it the edge there. Which movie has better kills? I mean, Silence of the Lambs is pretty intense. There's some pretty fucking intense kills in there, man. Urban Legend might have more like bloody, like pure, like gore in terms of just like in your face, like blood. But like to me, the like kills in Silence of the Lambs are like more realistic, which to me makes them better. So I'm going to go with The Silence of the Lambs. And same thing for Scarier, Creepier. Again, Urban Legend probably has more like overall like actual like killing and more action in a sense. Because The Silence of the Lambs obviously has kills, but like it's got an actual story to it. It actually has a plot. And it has like a plot that like could in a sense happen. Like there are serial killers. They do fuck with your mind. Like, so to me, that's scarier. So
Is that the one that he eats his brain at the table, or is that number 2?
I don't think that's number 1. I think that's number 2.
Because that
I think
one
number
fucked
1
me
doesn't
up in
he
my
wear
head.
the face though?
Yes, that is true.
So that's fucking intense.
Yeah.
I get them mixed up, but yes, regardless, it's the Silence of the Lambs for me.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Kev?
Which movie is scarier, creepier? Creepiness 100% goes to the Silence of the Lambs. Which has better kills? I don't know. Neither really was like, oh my god, these are great kills, so fuck it. Which movie feels like a 90s movie? That's definitely that's definitely Urban Legend.
I can't fucking listen to Kevin right now because he has
What
a
do you
crooked
mean?
mustache on his nose.
This is my Halloween costume. Where's yours, bro?
Sorry,
Jason's playing sounds in the background. We can't even hear those.
I'm getting a few lined up for the ones when they make it.
Oh.
I'm gonna have them played in there. So I'm just
Which
priming
movie is a better movie? I mean, it's clearly Silence of the Lambs. So Silence of the Lambs wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 1 versus 16. This shouldn't be too hard.
So I would agree with all of them, but I will say the one thing the movie that I did actually enjoy more, I would say the other. You're absolutely right about everything else. The scary, the creeper, and all that, but the whole storyline behind Urban Legends, I actually liked. I loved, because there were some other ones that I didn't know about, and I looked them up. Like the whole, like if you flash your lights at them, like they'll come around and kill you. Like if basically oncoming traffic comes, the guy's car's turned off, and you flash your lights, there's been like a serial killer that come around and kill you.
Yeah.
For doing
I thought that was like a gang thing back in the day.
Whoa.
I guess, yeah. So,
I'm being serious. I'm pretty sure that was like a gang initiation. Is that they would ride around, and if you with their lights off, and like to get initiated in the gang, they'd have to, the first person that flashed their lights at them had to like beat them up or kill them or something.
And because of that movie, I mean, both of these impacted me in a fucked up way, but that one impacted me where I don't want to flash the lights if someone's lights are off now, like because that's stuck in my head.
That's
I'm
fair.
like, So like I have to give credit to Urban Legends. It was kind of corny, but I thought it was a unique story of going after something like that. Like the guy in the car seat. I don't know if you remember Urban Legends, but I remember the chick gets in the car and there's someone just chilling in the back. I will always, when I go into my car, look in my back seat, no matter what.
For sure.
So, okay, that's fine. That being said,
I'm just kidding.
Silence of the Lamb is moving forward, and it gets the toddler scream.
Nice. There was a Urban Legend final cut and Urban Legends Bloody Mary as well.
Oh,
Okay.
So there you go.
did not know that.
Rest in peace to all of that.
Okay. All right, so that one's moving forward. Let's see if I can knock this out. Like, I mean, I haven't practiced. Oh, already failed there. So we're gonna move forward until I figure out how to do that. And that note, number 2, The Sixth Sense versus number 15, House on Haunted Hill, which is on the other side of the bracket. We're
We're going to go straight down. We're going to go across. Okay.
I'm just fucking
That's
going.
fine.
Oh, by the
That's
way,
fine.
this bracket, I pulled the Leo bracket and repurposed that bracket and the numbers. I had the numbers all kind of fucked up for that bracket, by the way.
For the Leo bracket?
For the Leo,
That was our first bracket.
Folks, we got to do it all over again, folks.
If you go back and look at the Leo bracket online, you'll see I think there's a missing 14 in there, and there's also the matchups aren't right. So this one, I just went based off of the matchup numbers that Chris gave me, and just assumed he had it correct on how the matchup should play out. And I just threw him on the map in some different form. But that being said, The Sixth Sense versus The House on Haunted Hill, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, House on Haunted Hill is nothing to, kick sticks at, in my opinion. For a horror movie, if you consider it a horror movie, it's a weird thing. Which movie is scarier, creepier? That's tough for me because I think there's definitely like jump scare scenes in House on Haunted Hill that are kind of, definitely scary. But creepiness 100% would go to what you call it?
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, thank you. Sixth Sense. So I'll go with a tie there actually. So which movie is scarier, creepier? Which movie has better kills? Yeah, again, like, I'm not saying, like, I can't think of anything that really jumps out to me. That's going to be
which
tough.
one?
Either one. That's gonna be a tough category for me because like that means I have to like fully remember every scene in all these movies, and I don't.
I think the difference between you and me, Kev, is that I'm a pussy with horror movies, so these stick to me, and you watch them all the time, so you're like, it's all fucking the same to me.
All the death just
like all
blends
this
in.
as a kid, like these terrified the fuck. I can easily tell you, the House on Haunted Hill for me was gory as fuck for me.
I recall
But the
that.
suspense side of it, Sixth Sense wins without a doubt. The fucking scene where the mom or the whoever the kid that had the blown fucking head shotgun in the head, in the Sixth Sense, when he walks by the camera,
That's
I
fucking crazy.
pissed myself. I literally pissed myself.
I can feel that.
That's a good one.
So yeah, we'll just say Sixth Sense on that one then. Which movie feels more 90s? I mean, it's gotta be House on Haunted Hill. Like for Sixth Sense, I mean, it's got some 90s feel to it, but like the whole like I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with House on Haunted Hills. And which movie is a better movie? It's clearly Sixth Sense. So that's kind of a tie, I think. So for me, if we're talking horror movies, I'm going with House on Haunted Hill. Fuck it. I don't think that Sixth Sense is like, it's not what I'm looking for in a scary movie. It's more almost like a scary thriller almost than a horror like kill fucking kill or be killed movie, you know?
I would agree with you on that one. I'll follow up with you real quick, and I will say scary or creepy. I could give it a tie, but Sixth Sense still stands out to me, so I'll say that kind of goes towards Sixth Sense. But better kills, House of Haunted Hill, because there's not really a lot. I mean, there's like they show post kills, but like for kills itself, it's House of Haunted Hill.
Yep.
90s feel. Sixth Sense goes back and forth with times. So for me, I think House on a Hill, because you can just, I mean, based off the poster alone, look at the fucking chick's haircut. The same exact 90s haircut that everyone had back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
And then the better movie is The Sixth Sense, but overall, like if I think of a slasher Halloween horror movie, Sixth Sense for some reason doesn't come to me. So I agree with Kev. It's moving forward.
Yeah,
House on a Hill.
I mean, I'll try and go pretty quick because I agree with basically everything that both of you have already said. And it's funny, like there's a bit from a stand-up comedian, Nate Bargatze, and he's talking about how Sixth Sense is like, you watch that whole movie and until the very end, you're like, oh, this is a movie about marriage and like how dysfunctional it can be.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like, and I mean, it's kind of true. Like yes, it has some like horror themes to it, but overall it just doesn't feel like a horror movie to me personally. So I'll just go down the list real quick. More 90s is definitely House on Haunted Hill. Better kills, again, agree with what Jay said. Sixth Sense, it shows like the aftermath of people that are dead and have been killed, but doesn't really show the kills themselves. And from what I remember about House on Haunted Hill, it has some like pretty crazy kills. Maybe not the craziest, but crazier than a guy getting shot with a gun. Which movie's better? Clearly, Sixth Sense. Which movie's scarier, creepier? That's pretty close to a tie. But again, Sixth Sense to me just doesn't feel like a horror movie, and especially not like in the sense of like a Halloween horror movie. Like even if it does fall in the category of a horror movie, it's not one that I'm like, oh, it's Halloween, I want to watch like a horror movie. I'm not picking Sixth Sense ever for that. So.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Chase. I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole like if you were like watching it on television kind of thing and you're looking for a horror movie, which one would you land on? Like kind of style?
Especially in October. It's not, which is to me like the epitome of when you watch horror movies. So I'm not stopping on Sixth Sense over House on the Haunted Hill in that instance. So
there's a few here that I think I could get Emily to watch. I think all of our wives are the same, right? They're not into these. Like you might get them to watch like Hocus Pocus maybe, but even I think your wife hates Hocus Pocus, Kevin, right? I can't deal with this goddamn mustache, bro. The episode is where's the mustache out?
Mustache has moved to the bill cap now.
Okay.
But No, I don't think she's got any problem with Hocus Pocus.
Mary loves Hocus Pocus, so that is definitely
Everyone
Everyone
that has a soul,
stupid.
like
that is definitely one she will 1,000,000% watch. So
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
why? Like, what's so great about it?
well, while Kevin gives us his feelings about Hocus Pocus, I'm gonna fill up my drink because
Nice.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
how low it was.
Okay,
And
so we
ignore
can
what I
we
said
can do a
about Mary.
sidebar. I like the sidebars to give us a little break. So let's talk about Hocus Pocus and why Kevin doesn't find the appeal to it. Is it because of it, like the Game of Thrones kind of theory of like everyone likes it and you kind of fucking hate it because of that, or what?
Well, first off, Hocus Pocus, like for me, it was, we talk about this time frame a lot. Okay, the time frame where like you guys were like brand new kids, and I was a little bit older, so I'd be 11 at this point. You guys will be a little bit younger, so it's a little more, and it's only like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, like for me, I was 11 years old, like, and it seemed like a kid's movie to me, and it still seems like a kid's movie to me.
It's
And
definitely
these-
a kids movie. No one's making that argument.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, when I was a kid at 11 years old, like I was like, this is like little kid shit for me. I'm not gonna watch that stupid kids movie. And then, like, as an adult, I watch it and I'm just like I get kind of the story, a little bit, and at the same
Virgin
time,
lit the candle.
like they start singing songs and shit, and that's weird to me. And then like
It's not a song.
I
It's a
can't
seance.
take this bitch seriously. This fucking one chick, and the
blonde.
older chick.
Oh,
The main character.
The main character, the main
Yeah.
witch. I can't take it seriously. Those lips drive me fucking. It's fucking weird. It drives me crazy. So yeah, I mean, and like the other blonde chick is like inappropriate, like to the point where
that's
like
the point.
That's the point. Yeah.
oh yeah, but like, is it a kids movie still?
It's not that inappropriate.
It's
Chill.
not like, and
You trying
also,
to fuck?
bro, I'm telling you, watching some of these kids' movies, they have moments where I'm like, that is for the parents.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Even
Yeah.
in fucking
And I
cartoons, there's a
I
lot of
like that. I'm not saying that, but I like when they make adult jokes and things like that. But like when it's like, she's like feeling herself up or something, I'm like, whoa, wait a fucking second.
It's not that. I see what you're saying, but
All
there
right.
are some. I just watched it again
These are
last
just
night.
things
with Connor.
The
that-
90s were also just a different time, bro.
These different
Yeah.
things that are just stacking up, that I'm talking about.
But I will
PG
say
in the
with-
90s is not PG in
Probably the only movie
2024.
that I ever really found Sarah Jessica Parker kind of attractive. She was pretty attractive.
I'll
in that
agree
movie.
with you on that. I will
But,
agree with you on that because she.
There's this scene when she comes out of the bus and they're like coming onto the bus and they ask the bus driver, "Where do you want to go?" We're like, "We're looking for kids. We're looking to have kids." And the bus driver looks at Sarah Parker and says something along the lines of, "I can try. It's gonna take me a couple tries, but I think I can do it for you." I was like,
No
"God
shot.
damn!" I swear to God, bro. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Get it? He shot his shot, dude." I was like, "Good
Okay.
for you, bro." Like, I mean,
Hocus
to get
Pocus
that.
unhinged, bro. Watch out.
I saw that and I was like, God damn, there are
Kevin's
a
like,
lot
did
of
you
fucking
click the
jokes."
right Hocus Pocus? Because I've made that mistake.
I
No, I
hope I
haven't.
did because Connor watched with me. So Emily's going to be pissed at me later. So what the fuck is this?
Connor's growing up quick. Now I will say the remake, like, it was just it's like,
I'm not.
or
gonna
not
watch
the
it.
remake, but the newer one. I don't know what is it.
Yeah,
Is it
that
a
was
remake?
pretty trash.
Yeah, but like
It wasn't
the
as
way they
trash.
continue it on the story, that was cute and all.
I
but-
did say I like the prequel. I love the backstory behind the other people. I did like that. I still thought it was a little too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a little too corny like that. I wish they would have got back to the little darky side of it. But I'm not saying it's a great movie. It's one of those hills that you die on, and it's like Chase and Turkey and Thanksgiving, which we'll
Hey.
definitely bring up in about a month.
Yeah,
When in
just
Rome.
fucking.
It's just
I know I'm not alone. Hey, Hocus Pocus is ass. All right, for those of you on board, hey,
You might
let
not
me
be
know.
alone, but you're definitely in the minority.
Yeah, for sure, minority. All right, back to the bracket, boys. I like that tangent. That was good. Next tangent is gonna be on you, Chase. Come up with a random ass topic and about 2 rankings. I don't care. Halloween related, just come at us and be like, I fucking hate, or I love candy corn. Tell us why you love candy
I actually
corn.
do like candy corn.
There you go. Bring that shit up. That's something that
do
pisses
too.
people off. All right, so the next one is Misery, number 3 versus number 14. I know what you did last summer. I'll go because I think these rankings are fucked on this one. I think you did. I know what you did last summer. Dirty because my girl Jennifer God damn it, bro. I forgot how much I
that's
had
peak.
a hot
That's
for,
peak.
bro,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
No pun intended either.
Bro. That was the time where I was like, maybe I am a boob guy. I don't know.
Bro, why not? Oh my god, that's 100% me too. I'm like, here I was thinking I'm an ass guy, but
I think I'm a boob guy.
I might be a
And
changed
didn't
man.
she do? Was it real or fake? I still don't know. Like, did she do like a naked shoot? Like, because I remember seeing her
Yeah, I
boobs when
believe
was.
so. Let me.
I don't know if
just
it's
do
one
a
of those,
quick, research topic.
Cameron's
Chase,
like, let
what
me
is
open my folder real quick.
What is it called?
What's a Jennifer Love Hewitt
about the
thing?
genie? Like, what's that effect called? The Mandela
Mandela effect.
Mandela
Yeah.
effect. I was like, I swear I've seen her boobs before, but I don't know. But all right, so yeah, I'm gonna go with which movie
Weird.
was
I typed
scarier?
in Jennifer Love Hewitt and I said Jennifer Love Hewitt naked, and the next word was mom, which I'm not clicking on that. But why is that
It's
a thing, folks?
Google,
does
no,
anybody
Google
know?
is trying to make you feel like shit. You want to look her up? She's a mom now, you piece of shit.
Yeah, that might be true. That might be true.
Which movie is scary and creepier? Overall, I Know What You Did Last Summer was creepier for me, but there is that scene of Misery where she breaks his legs and shit, and that is creepy as fuck. So I'll give it to you. I won't argue if you want to take it that way. Which movie has better kills? I still think that's I Know What You Did Last Summer. Which one has 90s? Definitely I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, you're talking Freddie, Jennifer, and
bro.
what's her name? What's her name in the middle? I forgot her name. Buffy.
Oh yeah,
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
Yeah,
no, that
maybe.
is right.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
you're
Sure.
right.
You got Freddie, Jennifer, and Sarah. Like, that's fucking the
That is
90s, early
90s.
2000s.
Doesn't get any more
That
90s.
is fucking 90s.
The better movie, I might give it to The Misery. I think it was a very unique story. But again, my tiebreaker, if there is a tiebreaker, is what feels like the horror movie in the 90s. And you can't. Number 14 that's a shit ranking.
Oh, bro,
for this,
and it's Ryan Phillippe. I was
Yeah.
like, who's the other guy again? Ryan Phillippe. That's so fucking
Isn't
90s,
it
dude.
Ryan
I don't know.
Felipe?
But my votes is I Know What You Did Last
think
Summer.
so. I think it's
Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm pretty sure it's Philippi, but I could be wrong. We'll let
No, I
someone
think you're right.
fact
I
check
think
us.
you're right. I think you're right. I think you're
But
right.
yeah, I mean, we'll start there. That's so fucking. That cast is. If you were like, hey man, I want to make like a horror movie, like 90s horror movie cast, and they said those 4 people, I'm like, that's it. That is the cast. So
That's the one.
That's as 90s as it fucking gets. Misery, again, going back to Sixth Sense, as a very Sixth Sense feel, not in like the storyline or anything. They're way different movies, but in the sense that like I just don't associate it with being like a horror movie, especially that I want to watch like around Halloween time. Like it is like a psychological thriller more than it is a horror movie.
Yep.
And so like creepiness, I'm gonna give to I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yes, Kathy Bates is creepy as fuck. I get it. She's a crazed psycho, and she plays one excellently, as she does in many movies. But overall, that's one person being creepy for like just little segments of time. So I Know What You Did Last Summer is creepier overall to me.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Which movie is better? I would say Misery. And which movie has better kills? Again, it's I Know What You Did Last Summer. It has more kills. So, I mean, that just makes more sense to me. I Know What You Did, or Misery has some pretty intense fucking like physical violence for sure. But like in terms of like, I don't know, creativeness and just like wild kills, like a Final Destination type feel, which is kind of how I took it to mean it's I Know What You Did Last Summer. So again, not solely because it is an actual horror movie to me, but that plays a big part. I Know What You Did Last Summer wins.
I like it. What about you, Kev?
Sorry, I'm in Jennifer Love Hewitt's tits right now. Can't talk, boys.
Dude, I can't talk doing bad boy shit right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That
was gonna
mustache,
say
that
show-
mustache got a little bigger, I noticed. I don't
Yeah.
I was gonna say show me what you're looking at, but then I was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. No. All right, for me, my friend, which movie is scarier, creepier? Yeah, Misery doesn't really do it for me. Like, it's not really creepy for me. It's just an old lady, like,
being
just
psycho.
being angry and being lonely and weird. Creepy, scary is definitely I Know What You Did Last Summer. Which movie has better kills? Easily. Know What You Did Last Summer. Which movie feels more 90s? Easily. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Which is a better movie? Yeah, I'm sticking with that. I didn't like Misery. I didn't think it was that good. So,
It's
I
just
know
like
a lot
the,
of people.
the scene.
I know,
No,
like
I
the
think you're
critics
right.
will be like,
Yeah.
you're wrong." I don't give a shit. Fuck you. So yeah, it's 100% for me. Like this, the movie bracket that, like if like Chase said, and I'm gonna stick with this because that was great. Like in October, scary movie season. If I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to watch something, I'm not about to be like, let's throw on Misery.
Never. I would never
Yeah.
put that on. And I'm
No
not a horror.
shot.
And I'm
Hit
not
it.
even a big horror guy. So like I should be the one that would want to watch a non-horror movie like Misery, but I would still never put that on.
I agree. By the way, so we're gonna move forward with I Know What You Did Last Summer. You were right, Chase. I didn't look down. I didn't say number 7 Candyman versus number 10 Faculty, number 8 Event Horizon versus number 9 Blair Witch Project. I think I forgot those.
Yeah, I thought we skipped a couple, but it's
Also,
fine. I mean, we're gonna get to them. So
Yeah.
Since while we're still on, I Know What You Did Last Summer and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Her tits are available if you need to see them, but they did not show in that movie. They're tough to find. It'd be a tough find.
Really?
Are you gonna say
She
what
scrubbed
movie
the
it
internet.
is?
She scrubbed the internet.
So she didn't really show tits in movies a lot.
So it's a Medella. And I don't
So
remember
you're saying
it
it's
being a
AI?
movie.
You're saying it's AI?
no. Like they weren't in movies a lot. Like I think one movie she showed her tits in. I wasn't able in my short brief research to kind of get into that, but.
But no.
off-
I'm saying you're right. I don't think it was ever in a movie, but I swear I saw.
Oh, I know, bro. We
some
saw
kind of.
full on. I'm with
So
you, bro.
maybe, are you sure? Maybe this is like you said, that effect, bro. Like I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
They're there. They're out there.
They're there.
Yeah, and
all
they
right,
are indeed nice. But
I forgot. So we do have. So I. Oh god, that was long. I want to
extended.
do those for upsets, right? Because that was an upset, I think. Yeah, I'm playing those for upsets. I might have played it early. Yeah, it was an upset for that one, and the other House on Hill was an upset. So there we go. Next one we got is, I'm excited for this one. I want to see where you guys go. Number 4, Scream versus number 13, Halloween H2O. Is that the one with LL Cool J? I can't.
that would be
RC?
that dude up there in the corner.
Like
Yeah.
it. Looks like it.
Sure.
He sees a black guy and he doesn't want to be like, is that the black guy?
I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that
Well, I'll be
I
that
love
guy
that
for
Kevin
you.
called you out on it.
guy. That's fine. Kevin's, and we're all did the same thing. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I know there's a couple rappers in some of these movies. I know Snoop was in one of these too. He fucking, didn't he set one of the microphones
That would
on
be
fire?
LL Cool J in that one. Also,
Perfect. I was right. Cool, man.
AKA Ronnie. What's his name?
I
Ronnie,
don't know
so-
LL Cool J's real name for sure. I didn't even know he had a real one. I thought he just came out of the womb as LL Cool J.
He does.
All right, guys. Scream versus H2O. I'm gonna go Kevin. Kevin, you go first. You haven't gone first in a while.
All right. Scream. All right, so let's just stick with the bracket, stick with the criteria here. Which movie is scarier, creepier? I'm gonna go scarier, creepier. Halloween H2O. I think it's a little bit scarier. Which movie has better kills? Once again, Halloween H2O. I think that which is more 90s. I don't think there's many more 90s movies than what's the thing that we're doing here?
Scream.
I know.
Stick.
Yeah, Scream.
Yeah.
When I think about 90s, Scream is definitely a part of that feeling with all movies, not just
For sure.
horror movies. Which is a better movie? It's definitely Scream for me. It's not even close. Halloween H2O is kind of an ass movie, in my opinion, and I'm a Halloween fan. I like Halloween movies. H2O wasn't the best for me. It was not even like top 3. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Scream for this one. I think when I think of Halloween movies, I think more of Scream than I do Halloween H2O, even though it's named Halloween. You try, bitch.
All right,
That's all I got.
Chase.
That's it.
Yeah. Scream. So again, I'm not the biggest like horror person. I actually have watched a decent amount of, especially older horror movies. But my genre of horror movie a lot of times is like the screams. Like I like, one that has like a whodunit or even like some comedy aspects to it. Or like I like, like an Alien, like anything with space, alien, zombies, those types of horror movies speak to me. So Scream right off the bat is one of my favorite all-time horror movies. So I'm not going to be unbiased here, but it doesn't matter because it's clear to me Scream is way more 90s. I mean, Drew Barrymore, Courtney Cox, Matthew Lillard, David Arquette, like that's fucking 90s as shit.
Can we talk about that real quick? The movie poster, you know what they did at this point. They were like, Drew Barrymore, you got 2 seconds of fame,
starting.
and you stuck her on the front of the fucking... I just realized that.
It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Is she actually the picture in the back, too? Is that her as well?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just realized, like, they put David Arquette all the way in the back, and he lives throughout the whole goddamn series.
Oh, it
all the
might
way to
be.
the end.
I think it is, though, isn't it? Yeah, I think it might be.
It's just crazy. They blew Drew Barrymore up. Like, hey, you're going to be the front of this, but we're also going to kill your ass.
Yeah, she's
Spoiler alert.
She's
Jason
the biggest.
Payne.
She's the biggest. She's the biggest cutout of everyone on that poster.
I watched something weird. I don't know why I did, but it was like behind the scenes of Scream and why it was such a success. And it talked about how it was one of the first like star-studded like horror movies right off the bat. Before, like, I guess like the whole architect behind scary movies is you find up and comers before they become too famous.
Yeah.
And then like Johnny Depp being in Freddy Krueger, right? Like that kind of style. And then they can become famous. And then some of those movies don't do as well. And this one, they did the opposite, and they had a bigger budget, but it did so well. So they're like, oh, fuck me.
Well, and like, wouldn't even Jamie Lee Curtis be considered that? Because like, wasn't her first big break Halloween?
Yeah, but I mean, but like moving forward now.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying. But like, she was considered like an up and comer for that first one.
But I wonder if she's the only one that kind of still became so famous and stuck with that series.
I think there is a decent amount of Scream Queen. Like, there's a whole genre of what they call Scream Queens.
Oh.
There is.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah.
I believe you. No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just...
And I think she's considered like the
Queen.
OG. Yeah, I think she's considered like the OG.
I think Scream Queen was said in the movie Scream by what's his face? What's the funny
Billy
the comedian?
Loomis. Oh, not Dak Shepard. God, what is his fucking name? I already said it.
Did you?
I thought so.
Matthew
Matthew Lillard, not Matthew
No.
Lillard. Oh, Jamie. Oh, you're talking about Jamie, the Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah. Because he was just like, what was he? He was like, don't say you like. Here's the 3 rules of like horror movies and all that. He's like, don't have sex, don't do drugs, don't do alcohol and stuff like that. Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, it's great. So I mean, I'll go through it real quick. Which one's scarier, creepier? Sure, we'll give it to H2O. More kills, or what is it? More creative kills or best kills? They both have some good kills, man. Scream has some fucking really crazy, like out of the box kills. So for me, that's a tie. And it doesn't matter. I could give it to H2O anyways, because more 90s is clearly Scream. Better movie is clearly Scream by so much more than the other 2 categories that it's Scream.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's nice to have, the Wes Craven name on your film as well.
No, that's true. Yeah.
And Wes Craven was kind of just looking at his IMDb, he went on a little bit of a cold streak, all the way back to the movie before Scream was Vampire in Brooklyn, not a great movie. And he tried to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street film, didn't do well as well in 94. So 96, when he came out on Scream, I mean,
he needed it. He needed that hit.
He needed it, and he hit a banger, bro.
He did. He did.
It was a good one. Slasher, I believe, it's a slasher film.
Yeah,
that is a slasher. Yeah. I agree with everything you said. I think overall, if there was other Halloween movies on this bracket, it would probably beat Scream. But this one specifically wasn't that good. It was exactly what you would thought. Like, I would almost call it a straight to DVD like horror movie. Like, I think they basically said, we have LL Cool J, we got what's his face in the
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett in there, and let's see what happens. And I don't, and even what's her name that's behind.
Dude, this. So I looked it up on IMDb. It also says Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in that movie. I do not remember him in that movie.
He dies. I think he was like one of the producers. He had the hots for. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, H2O was the one where they try to do like a online web video kind of thing, and they plug up the house and shit.
I think you're right.
And I think he was one of the ones in there, and he dies pretty quick. I could be wrong on that, but
fucking heartthrob, by the way. God damn, Josh Hartnett, you are sexy.
Josh Hartnett. He just came out with a movie that he's like a serial killer and he gets trapped in a concert or some
Spoiler
shit.
alert.
That's funny you say trapped because that's the name of the movie.
Oh, there you go. It's not a spoiler like that. It's the trailer itself. Like they show that he's a serial
Spoiler
killer.
alert.
Did you watch
he's in
it?
there with his daughter.
M. Night will never forgive you for spoiling that.
Is that an M. Night Shyamalan movie?
It is.
Oh, fuck, I
Shyamalan.
would've- Shyamalan. All right,
Written
so
and directed. Sorry, I'm done.
there you go. Oh, normally he's probably going to star in it in some aspect.
He probably is in it somewhere.
All right, so moving forward, but before we move forward, Chase, do you have something besides loving candy corn? Because you said you do love candy corn.
I do like candy corn. I don't know if I'd say love, but I never understood when people would talk and they're like, "Oh man, who likes candy corn?" I'm like, I do. Like,
I'm not going to pass it up.
No, I mean,
I'll say I have a couple.
I'm not gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, candy corn."
Yeah.
But like, if there's candy corn, I'm like, "Oh man, cool, candy corn," and I'll pop it in my mouth and eat it and enjoy it.
For me, with candy corn, it's like, hey, give me a handful because nobody's eating like three, 4 candy corns.
No.
Like you got to eat at least 10.
For sure.
Get a handful. And if you say you don't like candy corn, you just don't like sugar because that's all it is. Just sugar, like wax sugar. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't understand
in the form of a corn.
I don't understand how
kernel.
people hate it. I get if people are just like, it's just, I mean, it's all right. But like some people legitimately like hate the taste of candy corn, and that I don't understand that.
Some people hate life too, man. You know, living.
I'm actually surprised. I wonder where Jose and I bet you Jose hates candy corn. I just see it right now.
He feels like a candy corn hater.
Chris, I think he'll probably have. I think he agrees probably with us. But no, I agree with you guys. I don't find it's not my. I don't seek it out, but I do think it's one of those pivotal things you should have in your house. If you're a candy dish kind of person on Halloween, you always have candy out in your house. Candy corn should probably be in that dish.
It feels Halloween.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that one. I'm glad that we actually agree on that. And this is why we're the OGs. And
I mean,
this is why.
It all comes
this is
back
the
to
reason.
it all comes back to it. It all started with candy corn, guys. All started with candy corn.
I don't think that's true.
Well, this one Sunday morning, we were all eating candy corn over a hot flame of fire, and we just said, "Hey, let's start a podcast."
A hot flame of fire.
I don't know where I was going with that. On that note, we got no. Oh, look at that! We're right here on the bot. Oh, Sleepy Hollow versus Child's Play 2. I want to state the obvious. People are going to lose their shit, and this is what they're going to lose their shit on. There is no Jason or Freddy Krueger on this fucking bracket. And I checked, and there are 90s movies made with both of those. So,
and Halloween H2O made it, so like, don't be like, well, those were shitty movies for those franchises.
Well, also Chris has got a hard on for Michael Myers, so
he does.
He
forced
that's
that.
fair. That's fair.
legit.
But
you know,
I'm a little blown away. So I was looking it up, and I was like, something's missing. What's missing? And I was like, Jason and Freddy. I was like, all right, let's see if there's any. And there were 2 that were done in the 90s.
just for the record, while we're talking about candy corn, Chris says trash. Jose said I can tolerate it. So I don't think anybody.
I apologize, Jose.
3 out of 5 of us, or 4 out of 5 of us, can tolerate it and or don't think it's trash. And
Well, and the one guy whose opinion I value least about food thinks it's trash. So
That was gonna be my second
There you go.
follow-up. Oh. Yep, there you go. All right, so Sleepy Hollow versus Child's Play 2. I'll go. Sleepy Hollow, I think, is a very good movie. I think overall, I'd watch Sleepy Hollow multiple times versus Child Play 2. But I'm going to have to go back to nostalgia, and Child's Play 2, as a kid, seeing it very young, fucked me up a little bit. Like, definitely didn't like dolls after that. As a grown adult, it's a dumb fucking movie. Like, I could watch that and not ever feel any kind of fear.
oh, Child's Play.
Yeah, Child's Play 2, yeah. But seeing Sleepy Hollow, I think, was that a Tim Burton one? If it wasn't,
It's got to be
I
because
believe
it's got
so. I'm
what's
pretty
dick
sure.
in it.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp.
Yeah,
I thought it was uniquely done. I thought it was gory enough. I thought it was dark enough. I thought it was just a good overall movie. But if I go back to the whole tiebreaker kind of situation, and I just feel of what one would I turn on for a Halloween horror movie during October, I gotta go Sleepy Hollow. I just turned on myself because I would watch this more times. I was gonna go Child's Play 2, but it's just a dumb fucking idea. And as a kid, it's scary as shit. But right now, Sleepy Hollow was just a fun movie. I liked it. I thought they did a really good job with it. So I'm gonna go Sleepy Hollow. Fuck it. I turned on myself real quick. Let's go, Kev.
Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one for me. So which movie is scary or creepier? I'm with you. The Chucky is creepy as shit. I don't think it made me scared of like dolls like that. But at the same time, like it's just creepy. Sleepy Hollow. I'm gonna stick with scary or creepier. I'm gonna say neither one were scary. All right, for the record, for me, neither one was scary. Creepiness. Sleepy Hollow, I read, was like one of my first books I read like in school. And it creeped me out. And then I saw the movie and I was like, oh shit, this is like, and it like verifies everything that I read. So I would say Sleepy Hollow creepier. Which one has better kills? It's got to be fucking Child's Play. Which movie feels 90s? I mean, 90s and Child's Play go hand in hand, just like Scream, unfortunately. Which movie is a better movie? I'll go Sleepy Hollow. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe not.
Could you imagine going to like heaven or the pearly gates and be like, how'd you die? A fucking doll killed me. Like, that's embarrassing.
Be like, wait, let me finish. It was possessed by a serial killer.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll go Child's Play 2 to take it. Fuck it. That's just what I feel more Halloween.
Is this our first tiebreaker needed?
Yep.
That's awesome.
I like it.
Because I have a very strong opinion on this.
Okay.
Personally, always thought that the Child's Play series was the stupidest series of Halloween movies in the history of the world. I was never fucking scared of a little ugly ass fucking doll that you could punt across the goddamn road. So
It'll chop your Achilles right in half,
bro. Yeah, if you fucking let him like a bitch. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's awful. It's an awful movie. It's an awful series. But I'll go through the criteria. It is probably slightly more 90s. Tim Burton, now don't undersell Sleepy Hollow because Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, like that's pretty fucking 90s. All right. But I'll give it to Child's Play 2. Better kills, I'll give to Child's Play 2. Creepier, I'll go Sleepy Hollow because I'm just not creeped out by that fucking ugly little bitch doll. And better movie is clearly Sleepy Hollow. Again, maybe I'm biased. Sleepy Hollow is 100% more my type of horror movie than stupid little Child's Play 2. Not even the fucking first one. So yeah, Sleepy Hollow for sure.
All
All right, there you go.
That was good. I was leaning towards Child's Play, but as I was just like, no, because I was like, if
It's
you're
fucking terrible,
semi-athletic,
dude.
if you're
It's such a bad
semi-athletic,
movie.
you're not dying from this guy.
No.
Like, you just have to be able to fucking walk without fucking having a
Punt
heart
that
attack.
bitch, dude.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
until he like jumps off a fucking bookcase or something onto your face and slashes your face.
Don't let him
up.
fucking do that.
yeah, just don't let him
Oh,
do
that
that.
fell. That fell. I didn't think about that part.
Oh, yeah, so don't let him
All
do
right,
that
all right,
part.
good point. Good point.
Nice, I dig. Also, I'm just gonna state this and probably put it in the beginning as our teaser. After bringing up Freddy Krueger and bringing up Jason not making this this bracket, I just realized this too, Chris. Chris, you fucked up big time. This is your biggest fuck up.
Oh,
you did
yes.
not put the original It on this bracket.
Ooh. Whoa.
1990.
Was that considered a movie or a series?
Ooh, if you go
Wait,
that route,
there
I'll
was
let you
a
live
It
that
movie,
argument.
right?
I know there was an
There was
It
an
movie,
It
but there's also an
series,
It
but-
series, so I don't know which one he's talking about.
It doesn't matter. They're both 90s, weren't they?
I don't
So
know. That's what I'm asking.
It original movie.
Which
when I
one?
pull this up, it says It 1990. That's what it says to me. I don't know.
It's a-
Who's
I
the
think
main
so.
actor?
That's
Who's the main
That's
actor?
the mini
That's-
series. That's the mini
Tommy Lee Wallace is the
No. See, I was
no,
thinking
not
the
that was
one-
the director.
Tim
That's-
Curry. Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry. That's
No,
that's
it
the one
is
that I
series.
love.
That's what I'm
the
talking
series,
about. It
okay.
says TV miniseries, so that's
Okay.
why. That's why.
Yeah, I think. Well,
That's
you
the
know,
one that's fucking.
I'm not making
legit.
any
But they
excuses for
put it
nobody.
as a miniseries, but they also made it into a movie, right?
I believe so.
And that's what I saw as a movie. So I guess if you go into the semantics of it, then Chris is fine. It's a series. But it just feels like it. Like I feel like majority of the people on planet Earth saw that as a movie and not a series. I don't know. Anyway,
It's semantics. It's
yeah.
semantics.
So if that's the case, then I'll let that one slide. I forgot that it was kind of a series. I don't want to watch it though. Again, 'cause
The OG. You were the OG.
the OG, yeah.
Yeah,
I liked all of them. Honestly, I thought
The OG is way better than the new one. It's fucking trash. The new one.
I would not call
This ain't
the
fucking.
remakes
This
trash.
ain't goddamn
I like the
fucking
remakes.
Stranger
I love the
Things.
remakes,
Okay, we're not going on a goddamn adventure. This isn't fucking. The Goonies or something, which is what they try to make it into. But
They
a
made
scary
it
version
a rated
and
R horror movie.
It's
Goonies / Stranger
fucking
Things. That's awesome.
trash.
They did a good take on it. I think it's the best remake of any horror movie for sure.
Holy, I mean, without any research at all, you just threw that out.
Yeah,
That's wild.
How do you know to research it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm not saying he's wrong or right. I didn't
for
research
it.
Okay, I mean,
but I mean, there's a few out there. There's only a few, and the only ones you can probably combat me on is probably Michael Myers, right? Because those are recently redone, and so there's your argument there. But what other remake horror movies had come out that you're like, fuck, those are good? There's no way.
I can't say.
That's what I'm saying. The pool is so
Didn't
small.
they do a Candyman remake?
Ooh,
I
they
heard
did.
that was pretty bad.
I haven't watched it, but I heard
I
it's
haven't
bad
seen
as
it.
well.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Fuck.
There you
me.
go. Fuck me. Speaking of ones that kind of don't feel like horror movies, probably these two specifically.
Both of them,
Number 11, Tremors versus number 6, The Craft. Not hating on the movies. I thought they were pretty good movies. Just don't know if they belong in this bracket, Chris. On that note, Chase, you start us out.
Oh man, neither one of these really feels like what I would think of as a horror movie. So yeah, creepier, probably Tremors. Better movie, probably The Craft. More 90s, I'd probably go The Craft again. Better kills, I'd go Tremors. It's tied. I really don't know where to go here, man, because like they're pretty even, and they're pretty evenly not what I consider Halloween horror movies. So like I'm leaning towards The Craft just because like the witchcraftness. Like I've gone back and forth because Tremors has like more of like the gore and like death than The Craft does, but The Craft has like the witchcraft aspect to it. So I think I'm gonna go The Craft. Neither one of these should be on this list in my opinion, and definitely not as the 6 and 11 seed. But
They're getting knocked off
Yeah.
by House of Haunted.
Yeah, I'll
Hill,
go The
so
Craft. It's kind of funny that they matched up against each other. But.
Yeah. What about you, Kev?
Yeah, for me,
Kev has a mustache penis on his forehead.
I've moved the mustache to the middle of my face. Still staying in costume on Halloween episode, unlike my counterparts here, folks. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check out the YouTube. You can check that out, Cup to Cup Show on YouTube. Go check that out. Love you guys so much.
Are you closing the episode right now?
With that being said, The Craft number 6 versus number 11, The Tremors. Which one's creepier carrier is Tremors? Which has better kills? Does fucking Craft have kills? I don't even know.
Pretty sure it has a couple.
Tremors. Which one feels more 90s? Tremors. Which is a better movie? They both suck. I'd say Tremors. So Tremors wins. Things coming out of the ground creep me out. I can't control that.
That's fair.
So I can't control things coming out of the
magic?
ground. No, but I can beat the shit out of a woman.
Jesus.
Not like any woman, but like there's not a woman in the. Let me calm down. Yeah.
You're going down the Joe Rogan fucking part real quick.
Those
where he talks about having a bodyguard as a woman. Like, do you see any women bodyguards for the president? No, it's nothing against women, but I just would choose the big, giant, 400-pound man to be my bodyguard. No offense.
Those 4 women are kind of sexy in a little way. Not trying to degrade women, but at the same time, you're not. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. It comes down to it, you know.
Look at the poster. They did it on purpose, and I was going to bring this up, and I'm glad you did.
Was this the creation of like that look though? I think it was, right? Like
that's a good question.
It opened up a new kink for me at that age, for sure. I will be honest with you, because I did started hanging out with a bunch of goth women, because I'm like, it's kind of hot. I'll be honest with you.
Started hanging out in Hot Topic, huh?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I want to see if you're buying the black leg.
Jason, where are you going? Hot Topic.
I'm sure those girls were looking for friends too at the time too. So,
I was fine with it. It was just hot. I definitely
they
remember
were like, why is
this
this super popular guy being super nice to us now? It's weird.
There was a girl. There were like a group of girls and guys that were doing the. Do you guys ever remember there was like little witchcraft books that were out that were popular around that time? There were, and I was like, I'm down. I'm down to check this shit out. None of them dressed like that. None of them were as attractive as those 4.
This is making me think that The Craft is creepier because it made you do shit like this.
Dude, I was into it, man.
No, that's just him, a horny teenager. That's what that is.
Without a doubt. But that goes back to that. So when you think of 90s feel, this whole time I'm like 90s feel, but like 90s feel in the genre side, yes, The Craft felt like the decade of the 90s, but 90s horror, Tremors felt more like 90s horror because it had the fake, nasty, gory, like, it did it. When you look at it now, you're like, that's not.
It was shot like a 90s movie.
Yeah. Better Kill is definitely Tremors. It was unique as shit. Scary and creepier, definitely Tremors. The better movie, I think overall the Tremors wins. It just doesn't belong on this bracket.
Is it the Tremors? I feel like we're adding the in front of a bunch of
Tremors.
movies.
It's just Tremors.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
no
just
the.
saying.
I don't give a fuck.
I just feel like we're
90s.
adding the in front of every movie.
Without a doubt. It's just Tremors. It's The Craft, and that's why. You see The Craft, and then it's Tremors. So
Is
Tremors
it
moving
the
forward.
Candyman?
Is it? Nope, it's just Candyman. So you're right. All right. Speaking of Candyman, that's the next one. So Chase, you get to go. Candyman number 7 versus number 10, The Faculty.
Yeah, I feel like no one's going to agree with me on this, and that's fine. Again, The Faculty is my type of horror movie. Aliens. It's like reminds me of that movie. What is it? It's not it. It's the one that's in fucking Alaska where like the aliens take over their brains and like you can't tell who's possessed. The Thing, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's The Thing.
It reminds me a lot of that. It also is super fucking 90s, so I'm going to give that 90s feel. I'm going to give that better movie. Again, for me personally, that is the better movie. It's my type of horror. I get Candyman is probably a more like a more typical horror movie than The Faculty, but I just fucking love that like whole aspect of like, I don't know, man, just something about that movie I really, really liked. Better kills would be Candyman. Creepiness, it's pretty fucking creepy. Like The Faculty, like when your teachers are just fucking like, you're like, is my teacher actually possessed by an alien or not? Like I get Candyman again as a more like typical creepiness, but I don't know, man. I remember watching The Faculty and looking at my teachers fucking funny the next day. Like, is there an alien in your brain? Do you have an alien in your brain right now? So overall, it's The Faculty.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm going to be alone on that. I'm fine with it.
You're not going to be alone, so I'll go right away. I thoroughly enjoy The Faculty. Again, you and I have the same take on horror movies. If there's a cool story behind it, like it, like not like even like Tremors. Like there's a backstory.
I knew Kevin was gonna hate that.
I know you're gonna hate it. It's fine. But it's
you guys are looking at this.
Just,
Isn't
just
sure.
relax, Kevin. I'm not done. Overall, I enjoyed The Faculty, but for a horror movie, I cannot say it feels like it's part of this bracket.
That's fair.
But I agree with everything Chase said. That is a movie that I will fucking stop. If it's on TV, I will stop and watch it. But scare the fuck out of me? Candyman absolutely scared the fuck out of me. I definitely tried the whole saying Candyman in front of a mirror 5 times and couldn't make it to 4. Like, I was definitely that kid. The better kills, definitely Candyman. Oh, no, I'm going to take that back. Faculty, I think, had the better kills. I'm going to go with that one. I thought it was pretty unique how they killed some people there. And the 90s Phil, definitely The Faculty. But overall, it goes back to the horror movie. And Candyman deserves to move forward.
That's fair.
I think Faculty got a shitty setup on this one. I think you put them up next to fucking Tremors or Craft, it wins
Easily.
It could
Same
win.
with, I think same with Misery. I think same with Sixth Sense.
Yep. I agree. I think it was a shitty matchup for him. But for me, I'm gonna go with Candyman.
Yeah, I fully expected Candyman to win and probably deserves to win. So. Yeah.
Well, you don't know what I'm going to say, Chase.
You're
You're
definitely going to say Candyman.
Yeah.
All right, look. Which movie is scary or creeper? Candyman is like it didn't even have to be a movie, okay? Like it could have just been like Candyman, it's real, Kevin, and then end credits. And I would have fucking still been terrified. The fucking urban myth that you say Candyman 5 times in a mirror, like we used to do that at parties all the time when we were kids. Like you'd go to like a birthday party or something, and you'd be like, your parents are off drinking or having a good time, and you'd be like off on your little side thing, and you'd be like, why don't you go in the bathroom, with no lights on and say Candyman 5 times? And you're like, no, you got to do it. Well, go in there with them. All right, Candyman. And then like you get to, I'm not gonna do it 5 times. I don't know fucking way.
I was about to call you out on that shit.
You
bro.
kind of you just pretend to say the last one. You're like,
Yeah.
Well.
And then everybody freaks out, But no, fucking hey. But the The movie scared the shit out of me too, but which has better kills? It's not even close to Candyman. This guy's got a fucking hook, sticking it through people's bodies and ripping them to shreds. You guys want to say that fucking goddamn Faculty? Come on, get out of here.
Have you seen the Faculty?
Yeah, of course. Which movie feels more 90s? It's not even close. It's the Faculty. I mean, that whole crew is like the Faculty. I mean, it's got fucking Usher in it. Come on, bro.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, that's great. Like
Which
the
movie?
90s was like perfect for like throwing in random fucking
great,
artists
dude.
in there.
It
Just
was
like
great.
You can say it. Random black guys. Random token
that
black
too.
dudes.
They were definitely token black guys, but I'm
Token
saying they were
black
known
dudes.
to putting random like famous artists in there just to be like, all right, let's see what
Do you
they
remember
do.
when Not Another Teen Movie made fun of that, where it's like the black dude at the party and he runs to the other black dude? He's like, "What are you doing here, man?" He's like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm the only black person allowed at the party. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry."
I will say, for the record, while we're talking about Usher in that movie, I thought he did well in that movie.
He did fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, you're like, you shouldn't be an actor.
Yeah, Cisco.
He outacted some people in that movie. I just want to throw that out there. Which is a better movie? It's not close as Candyman. I mean, especially when I'm thinking about October, I'm thinking about scary movies. I'm thinking about freaking somebody out. If I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch a scary movie, I'm putting Candyman on.
I'm actually kind of glad Candyman won, because I felt like
You
we
would
get
have been
so much.
No, we,
shit.
you. I'm not fucking.
Again, I admitted that Candyman is probably the correct answer, but going off the criteria for me personally, it's the Faculty.
No, I'm not against it.
Folks, once again, this is Chris's horror movie bracket. So remember,
It is.
direct that anger and
Towards
fear towards Christopher.
Before we get into number 8 and 9, my little side chat to ask you guys: do you guys rather go out trick or treating with your kids or stay back giving out candy?
Or
Or how does it work with your situation?
I do have a beef that I want to bring up with that.
Okay.
Well, I'll do it as a dad tip at the end, actually. But
like that.
I like to go out with my kids trick or treating. That's one of my favorite joys in life, actually. I love that so much.
Yeah.
We actually have my in-laws come over just about every Halloween. They'll sit at the house and hand out candy, and we'll take the kids out, me and Erica. And then our special tradition is me and Avery at the very end of the night, probably too late in the night, 9, 10 o'clock, we'll go to, there's just a house that's like a couple miles away that goes crazy for Halloween.
Love it.
And we'll go there and walk through their haunted house. Avery has cried every year except for last year.
Nice. That's awesome.
And she still goes back.
You're coming up close. I'm not trying to get like sad on you, but you're getting to the close years where she's gonna want to go with friends.
Yeah.
And then after friends, it goes, I don't do trick or treating, and then it's
It
parties.
is-
You're
he's not
close,
wrong.
bro.
He's not wrong.
Don't
You're
you fucking
close.
say it.
Let me just tell you this. Treat this one like your last one, because you don't know what happens next year, because I feel like she's at that age where she's like, I'm too cool to go with my dad. So
Don't you fucking say that.
I'm saying, don't you fucking say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. I'm just saying, treat this one like your last, just in case.
No,
I'm just saying, bro.
That's
You
a
should do
valid
that.
point, and I appreciate
I just
that
realized
call-out.
that, because that was about the year. Then after that, I went out and hung out with my buddies, and we did our asshole things.
Motherfucker, you got me teary-eyed now. Don't make me think of that.
Yeah,
Fuck, bro.
to answer your question, Jay, Hudson and Palmer are so young now that they can't stay out too late anyway, so I kind of get to do both. We get to go trick-or-treating and still make it home in plenty of time to still hit up plenty of people coming for the later session of getting candy. So
That's fair. Oh, this is your first one at the new house.
it is. Our neighborhood is very, very like filled with kids, dude.
Nice.
So it's
Cool.
awesome. It's perfect. We can just we'll probably just try and hit our whole neighborhood.
Oh, actually walk it? Like do the
Yeah.
whole neighborhood?
Yeah.
How many houses are we talking about?
Going like our street alone.
You got a
there's probably,
nice neighborhood. That's a perfect neighborhood for fucking
Yeah.
trick or treat.
Our street alone, there's probably like, I don't know, 40 houses. And almost, I would say at least half of them have kids and will be participating. And then we can, there's plenty other roads in the back that also like we can hit
Nice.
up. So,
Nice.
and there's a neighborhood right across the street that also has a bunch of kids. So
Nice.
Don't hit any deer, bro.
thank you.
You said, oh, Jesus Christ. Too soon, bro. Too
Sorry.
soon. Did we even talk about him hitting a deer on the podcast?
I don't think we
know.
did.
I don't remember.
I don't think we ever. He hit a deer, guys. He's a deer
To be
killer.
fair, the deer kind of hit me.
Now we're blaming an animal.
Suicide by car, right?
Yeah, he did die. He did die.
No.
Rest
That
in
was a
peace
wild
to Charlie. He had a family, a big family.
We don't know that.
Lots
That
of,
was definitely Bambi coming out of. There was springtime, right? End of
He had
spring
like
going into
four.
fall?
He had
Spring?
four
It was not
brothers.
springtime. This was like 2 weeks
Summer?
ago.
Oh, okay. Then
He had
yeah,
four
he
brothers,
definitely had
two
a family.
sisters.
Jesus
They'll all miss
and an
him.
uncle. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely That sucks, man.
Sorry about that, Charlie. Rest in peace, bro.
Adopted a couple other deers on the side just to help out.
He was a community leader, I think.
He was. He a volunteer. He volunteered.
Just go
He
to
was
the vote.
Number 8, Event Horizon versus number 9, Blair Witch Project. I'll go first. Blair Witch Project was the best, if not the best horror movie advertisement of all time, if not of any movie of any time. The way they did that changed the game. The guerrilla marketing, the way they made it feel real. I know there was another one that came out a couple years ago, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, that like kind of did the same thing, that it felt like it was like real footage. But the way they advertised it was so far better than the fucking movie. The movie was trash. If you fucking tell me that Blair Witch was a good movie, you did not watch the movie. You saw the trailers and got scared while you watched it. Paranormal Effect, or Paranormal, like whatever that. You remember that movie?
Yes.
That was
Paranormal
done-
Activity.
Paranormal Activity. That was really done well. The whole advertisement. Event Horizon. If you actually watched it, that was a fucked up movie. That was the mind fucks, the wife coming in and murdering people, the ghost, the alien ghost. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. It was gory as shit. It was fucked up. Event Horizon across the board wins, except for 90s feel. Blair Witch wins of the 90s. The rest of it, Event Horizon.
Yeah. I'll go next because I agree with basically everything Jason just said. Again, Event Horizon's also my type of horror movie. But I actually remember where I was. I don't know why I was sleeping on my cousin's couch, but I was at his family's house. I'm sure I had a bed. I don't know why I was sleeping on the couch, but I was. And that movie came on, and I watched the whole movie on the couch. I was like, well, that was fucking terrible. Like, that was just it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's the time where you should be scared, of a movie like that. And I was not ever scared of it, ever. Yeah. It's just not a good movie. It's not a scary movie. I get what they were going for, but it didn't hit home for me. Event Horizon is a total mindfuck. It's got some crazy ass fucking kills. Like, it wins across the board except 90s feel, like Jay said, because Blair Witch is pretty goddamn 90s. Yeah. So,
like I said, it was very creative with the camera moves and the cinematography and the advertising, but the execution of like what you actually saw was just trash. Kev, what's up?
Where's it going?
What is that? A goatee?
Goatee. Yeah, he's got a little shitty goatee.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
R.I.P., bro.
no!
You tired
All right,
all flat?
come on, Kev. Tell me why we're wrong.
No, Event Horizon is one of my favorite movies of all time,
It's a
so
great movie.
that's definitely not going to be the case in this situation. Not. All right, let me calm down. One of my favorite movies of all time, but definitely one of my favorite scarier movies. Which movie's better, scary, creepier? It's definitely Event Horizon. Which has better kills? It's definitely Event Horizon. Which feels more 90s? I'll give it to Blair Witch Project. I will say, like, Blair Witch Project, like, I was like all for it, and we watched it. We got a group together, watched it. We were all waiting for crazy shit to happen, creepy shit to happen. It was the first kind of its kind with that. What is it called? The
Found footage.
Thank you, Chase.
Is that what
Found
it is?
footage. Yeah.
It's called Found
Oh,
Footage.
nice. I didn't
Found
know that.
footage. Which,
I read like a whole article about that. They actually really fucked over the like actors from that movie.
And so I thought that was kind of creepy. And then, like, for me, when I was a kid back then, like, we were like, is it real? Like, is that a real thing? Like, I heard it's a real story. And it was before we could have went online, obviously, but it would have took 25 years to get online and figure it out. And we had to get parents' permission and, whatever. But it didn't happen. So we were still wondering, was it real? And Kevin, it's not real. So Event Horizon. It's not real, Kevin. So better movies, Event Horizon. I thought it was that's the winner for me.
Event Horizon is a super underrated movie for the record.
For sure.
I can't agree anymore, Chase.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a decent movie during a scary time to watch,
Or just
Go with that
a
one.
decent movie in general.
And you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't seen it.
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
And that's got Morpheus, right?
It does indeed
it
have
does.
Morpheus,
That's
poor guy.
I don't know actors' names. You
Jason.
guys know this by
No,
now.
that's
like,
fine, but I mean,
What's his name, bro?
Clive Owen.
I don't think you're right because I don't know of any black guys named Clyde Owen. I'm gonna be that's the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
Well, he is an actor. Clive Owen is an actor.
Oh, you're talking about Lawrence Fishburne. I thought you were talking about Sam
fuck your
Neill.
face, bro. Fuck your face. I'm glad you can Google now where you couldn't Google in the 90s. To fucking
No, I
Blair
wasn't.
Witch.
I didn't Google. I can't do that. Remember?
I didn't Google.
Blair Witch Project.
From what I remember, Blair Witch Project, they did like they basically gave, and I could be wrong. It's been years since I read this article, but I remember it said that they like gave these like fucking kids, teenagers, college students, cameras, gave them like a general premise, and were like basically act like a witch is like chasing you and trying to kill you, and go in the woods for a couple days and just film a bunch of shit. And then they paid them like $10,000, and that was it. Like gave them like just the bare minimum, none of the profits, even though they did like all of the work because they did the cameras and stuff.
Wasn't Blair Witch like? Isn't there some kind of record where it's like the highest grossing?
For like the
like
least
that
amount it
amount of
costs,
money?
probably. Yeah.
What was it? Blair Witch domestic nearly 250 worldwide. Guess what the budget was?
100K.
Kev.
75,000.
Goddamn close. 60,000. Budget less than 60,000 made 250 million worldwide.
Again, from what I remember, they just gave these like 5 actors cameras and were like, go film a bunch of shit and we'll put it into a movie.
Bro, that would piss me off.
And they made like nothing.
Dude, $250 million with $60,000
And they
budget?
did all of the work minus the editing. And don't get me wrong, I guarantee you there's a ton of editing to be done.
Well,
But still,
minus the edit, if you
I
take
don't
away the
think-
editing, the only thing I will give credit to the producers, like I go back to, is the advertising. That is what won that game.
Yeah,
That is
that's
what
true.
won it.
That's true. That is true.
I would love to see where it broke down, like everyone coming, like did it have like a massive first week launch and then just shit the bed afterwards, or were everyone so high on that movie that they
No,
just
see,
watched it over and over and over again?
From what I remember in that craze, like it was one of those like you got to see it, and it wasn't you got to see it because it's a good movie, but you have to see it because of the craze of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I that Paranormal Activity, I feel like got a little bit of that. I thought one of us saw that together. I thought I saw one of
didn't
those,
see that.
number 1 or number 2 with Kevin.
From what I
remember
heard, that was
It
also
might have
a better
been. Yeah,
movie.
you might have been with me the first one. I haven't. That one.
I remember
freaked me out.
seeing both in the theater, Paranormal and
I
Paranormal
love the way you say
Activity too.
theater.
I don't know why I say that. I don't know why I say both
I like it.
like that
I like
either.
it.
Both.
Was Blair Witch one of those, like, I feel like it was like one of those first where, like, when they're advertising it too, like they showed the crowd's reaction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That sounds
Paranormal
like
Activity did that as well.
Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity definitely did that.
Because that always got me too. Like back then, I'd be like, "Oh shit! Wait a second, these people are freaking out."
Nowadays, it's like 75% of the audience puked, so you should see it. You
Or
should
like-
What's
see
that movie
it.
right now, Kevin? That's
Terrifier
in theater
3.
that people's-
Terrifier, yeah.
Terrifier
Jesus.
3.
There's
Have you
nothing
seen any
about
of the
that wants
Terrifier
me to go.
movies?
I have not.
No.
It does not appeal to me.
Yeah, Chase and I are on the
It's
same boat.
okay, all right, yeah. I mean, it's
I've read,
definitely like
I've read the
gore.
like
It's just- it's
synopsis for
considered
it,
gore,
and yeah,
I think.
it's just not
Gore,
my
I
type
can't
movie.
do. I can't do that. Like
I would
I
say it's
can. I just
considered-
don't want to. Like, I don't get anything out of that.
no,
It
the
says
last one that
slasher,
fucked me that I
um,
said I was done was slashers are fine, but it's like
Scream is my type
Hill-
of slasher.
Same. Hills Have Eyes. That's the one that did it for me. I was like, I'm done. I'll never watch those again.
Hostile.
Like, yeah,
I
Hostel
was just like,
too,
what are we
yeah.
doing? We're just gonna watch people torture each other for an hour and a half.
It
Like,
says it doesn't say gore for. I mean I will say like it yeah, Terrifier with the clown shit. Just
creepy.
it's not a good movie. It's not like the acting is
They've been able to
probably
make 3
the
of them.
the worst. Well, it's just the first one's like the actors are terrible, but it's just like the ultimate creep, like creepy creep. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got you. All right, let's see if I can get this right. If not, we'll have to cut this out and then make it sound like it's good because I'm never able to share with audio perfectly. But I pulled out the Elite 8 so we can watch some of those trailers.
Perfect.
So I thought that's probably worth it.
I love.
Can I go
90s,
pee real quick?
I love 90s
Yeah, you can go pee. We
trailers.
can take a
So
little break.
yeah, I'll
You
make
wanna take a little
I'll make
break?
another drink. I love 90s
Same here.
trailers.
I need
so.
ice. I need ice anyway.
I
So
have
I'm
too
good with
much
that.
ice. Can you want some of my ice?
No, I don't want some of your ice. I'm not poor, bro.
A few moments later.
It's Silence of the Lambs, number 1. Event Horizon, number 8. Scream, number 4. Sleepy Hollow, number 5.
So no upsets on the left.
Nope. House on the Haunted Hill, number 15.
There it is.
Tremors, number 11.
There it is.
Candyman, number 6.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I have Tremors at number 11. Is that not correct?
Well,
I
unless
think I had
you
those backwards. No, I think I have those. I can fix that. And Candyman at number 7, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer at number 14.
So 2 upsets on the right, none on the left. Big upsets though. Big upsets on the right.
I mean, number 2 fucking got squashed right away.
Yeah.
And then on
3,
that note,
right?
what's that?
And 3.
Oh shit, you have Misery. I think that was just bad rankings on Chris, to be honest with you. He went by title and not really like based off the bracket itself. But hey, we've already talked about that. But that being said, so I guessed on some of these that we're gonna go forward, and I think I was right for most of them. So I got Silence of the Lamb intro, and then I got Event Horizon. Those are the 2 matchups we're gonna go with right now. So here's Silence of the Lambs.
You spook easily, Starling?
Not yet, sir.
He's past the others. The last cell. I'll be watching. You'll do fine.
A killer is on the loose.
Keeps them alive for 3 days. Then he shoots them, skins them, and dumps them.
same voice, right?
A rookie FBI agent is on his trail.
He's got real
He needs a
physical
fucking cough
strength,
drop.
cautious, precise, and he's never impulsive. He'll never stop.
But in order to track him down, she'll have to match wits.
I'll help you catch him, Clary.
Believe me, you
So
don't want
fucking
Hannibal Lecter inside your head.
With the darkest of all minds.
Just do your job, but never forget what he is.
Oh, he's a monster. Pure psychopath. So rare to capture one alive.
So close to the way you're going to catch him. Do you realize that? Oh, Clarice, your problem is you need to get more fun out of life.
You told me you don't spook easily.
You call this easy, sir?
Lecter's missing an arm.
Man's a raving maniac. Who knows what he'll do?
Thank you, Clarice. Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Makes me want to watch that movie right now.
100%. Great trailer. Great trailer.
That is
good. That was-
bro.
that was-
The '90s sometimes had some awful trailers for some pretty good movies. That was not a bad trailer at all. That was a good trailer.
I did not think Event Horizon was going to make it. I don't know why, but I can pull that out real fast. No, that was a fucking incredible trailer, to
It
be
was
honest with
great.
you.
It makes me want to watch that movie tonight.
All right.
Classic Clarice, you know, like
Yeah,
that's-
is that voice still around? By the way, that guy, he can't. be
Anthony
still alive.
Hopkins?
No, not
course.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh,
the voice of the
yeah.
Tomorrow Will She Live?
Oh yeah.
We which I'm sure I've told this story before, but John, Jason and I's brother-in-law, one time was like dead set. He I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about like actors. He's like, you know who's a good actor? Anthony Hopkins Jr. And we're like, is there a junior? Like, did Anthony Hopkins have a son? Like, I don't think he has a son. He's like, he 100% had a son, and he's a good actor. And we're like, John, I really don't think he had a son. So we looked it up. He did not have a son named Anthony Hopkins.
I remember he was so
He was so
fucking, like,
adamant. He was like, not only does he have a son, he's a really underrated actor.
yeah. So yeah, that's the times that I wish the internet wasn't around, because those are the
Dude,
arguments that would
he had
just
me
live
convinced.
on.
He won.
Oh,
I was
for
like,
sure.
fuck, man, I need to like go and find some of his movies.
That's insane.
I'm trying to look like this famous trailer narrator Don LaFontaine.
Is he still alive?
Fontaine. Yeah, but he's got a list of a lot
That's awesome.
of 90s trailers.
Is
That's a
this
dude
one of
that
them?
if
Is
he's-
it Event Horizon one of them?
I'd have to go through the list. Scream 3, I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Nice,
Hellraiser 3,
okay.
Hellraiser, Freddy, Highlander, Predator, Golden Child, Beverly Hills Cop.
So we're about to see hear a
Home
couple of
Alone,
them.
Home
Yeah.
Alone 2, Jingle All the Way, Over the
Yes.
Top,
Is he still
Rocky.
alive?
That's a good question. We can also find out. Pull that up, Jimmy.
That would be probably my favorite interview on this podcast if I could get him. If I could find out who he is and get him on and just be like,
no,
dude.
Kevin found out who he is. He's got his name.
No, I mean if he's still alive and I can find him on social, that would be fucking epic.
He died in 2008.
Yes. R.I.P. bro,
Sorry,
you're
dude.
a fucking legend. You're a legend.
Legend.
Does his son do this by chance?
Don.
We're moving on. Event Horizon.
Or just the beeping.
At 0300
Fucking
this
love
morning,
it.
TDRS picked up an automated navigation beacon broadcasting at 2-minute intervals in Neptune orbit.
Pretty legit graphics, to be honest with you.
Yeah, bro. Like
97? Oh, yeah.
It's the Event Horizon. She's come back.
Event Horizon is the culmination of a secret government project to create a spacecraft capable of faster-than-light flight. The ship doesn't really go faster than light. What it does is it creates a dimensional gateway that allows it to jump instantaneously from one point of the universe to another light years away.
Where's she been for the last 7 years, Doctor?
That's what we're here to find out.
After 7 years in deep space.
18 people on board this ship. When it disappeared, I want them all accounted for.
Opening outer door.
It came back, abandoned.
Any crew?
Negative. This place is a tomb.
But it
Classic
didn't come
line.
back
Yeah.
alone.
I've got some problems here.
Has been beyond the boundaries of our universe. Who knows where it's been? And what it's brought back with it.
What is it? The ship is reacting to us and the reactions are getting stronger.
What are you telling me? That this ship is alive?
I have such wonderful
So sexy.
things to show you.
Oh my God! It knows my secrets. It knows my fears.
Vacate. I want off this ship.
I can't leave.
She won't let you.
God help us.
Fucking sick.
That was pretty awesome.
It's another great fucking trailer.
That was pretty gnarly.
Makes me so glad that fucking Child's Play 2 didn't make this, because to watch those two trailers then have to sit through fucking Child's Play 2, I think I'd fucking scream.
Yeah. I will say,
How do you feel about Child's Play 2?
I totally spaced that fucking my Jurassic Park boy was archaeologist was in that. I don't know why I spaced, and he's like a main fucking character. I just totally spaced on that. But yeah, his wife isn't his wife like half naked dead in that movie? I just remember just as a little kid being a little boner.
She was kind of fucking sexy. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I felt weirded out about it, but
I didn't.
the more and more I think about it, I'm like, the more and more my kinks are just coming out from all these horror movies. It's just fucking
Emily!
weird. Emily, get naked and look dead.
She's like, so Tuesday night, got it.
Tuesday night, got it. All right, cool. All right,
We're doing
Kev,
it
what do you got?
Tuesday.
Silence of the Lamb, Event Horizon. What you looking at?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you, Kev.
Who? Me?
Me? Fucking me.
Silence of the Lamb, Event Horizon, you said?
Mm-hmm. 2 trailers we just watched.
God, very different fucking movies.
Which movie is scary, creepier? I'm going to go Event Horizon. I just thought there was like more jump scares. The fact, the uncontrollable, like I can't control technology, like taking over and things like that. Like, and then psychological, like something that you think is there or think it's not there and then it's there. It creeps me out. Which movie has better kills? I mean, the dude ripped his face off and wore it as a mask. That was pretty creepy. But also Event Horizon had lots of those, like, just
fucked up deaths.
Yeah. I'll go push on that one. Which movie feels more 90s? 90s would have to be Silence of the Lambs for me. You know, and I'm a bigger fan of Event Horizon. Which movie is a better movie? I mean, one won some awards and shit, and one is a very underrated movie. Damn.
That's why I made you go first,
tough,
bro.
Dude, this is really
a tough one
tough
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably goes to Silence of the Lambs. So that's kind of 50-50 there. So, I mean, 50-50 with the criteria. And when it goes like that, I'm just going to think about, like, horror movies, what I'm thinking about for horror movies, and what I think should win when I'm thinking about scary movies. And I'd probably go Silence of the Lambs, unfortunately. That's a tough matchup for Event Horizon. I think Event Horizon is a very underrated movie. Silence of the Lambs, one of the creepiest scary movies of all time. You know, more of a psychological, like, but also like that guy's very terrifying. Damn, I'm second guessing myself.
Dude, it's tough.
You want to sit on it for a little bit and hear us out? We can go
when
back
it comes to me.
Yeah, let me sit on. Don't put me up for an answer yet. Actually, no. Give me Event Horizon. When I think about scary movies, I'm not thinking about Silence of the Lambs. I'm thinking more of like great movies, and it was a great movie, you know. And I don't think it was like super scary. I think it was more like creepy and like, you know, things like that. But like horror movies, like Halloween time, I'm thinking more Event Horizon than Silence of the Lambs, you know. So that's what I
keep going back and forth.
I'll go and let Chase wrap it up. So what I'll combat on 90s feel, yes, obviously it's in space and kind of goes back to the whole like movie
setting
brackets we've done in the back. Yes, the settings isn't 90s, but that 90s feel of what like the future in space looked like does feel like 90s.
For sure.
And so that's why
like aliens kind of.
Yeah. Better kills. I'm sorry. Even though Signs of the Kill is unique and smart and fucking mind meant, like there is some fucked up fucking Event Horizon kills in that one.
For sure.
And that's the one wins for me. The better movie, I'll give it to Silence of the Lambs because it has the mental fuck and the realism that like, oh, this actually could happen and that fucks with you. So I'll give him that on the better movie. But scary and creepier is Event Horizon still for me. That movie, like, there's some scenes in Silence that I remember, but Event Horizon, like I said, we just talked about a half-naked woman and getting a boner for it. There's scenes that fucking stick out to you in that movie. That's just fucked up. And I'm going Event Horizon. I'm sorry, Silence of the Lambs. It doesn't feel like the real horror. It's like another Sixth Sense to me. Where I agree that it is, but it doesn't really feel like the horror movie bracket for me, and that's why it loses. Chase?
Oh man. Almost all of these categories are like so close to push level for me, and for such different. That's the craziest part. Like, I almost wish these were like similar like type movies because I think that would make it easier. But the fact that they're so fucking different. One is space like mind fuck, and one is a serial killer psychologist mind fuck. Like,
yeah.
Oh man. And then when I go to like 90s feel, like Jason said, yes, it's Event Horizons in space, but it still has a very 90s feel to it. Whereas Silence of the Lambs, being set in Earth, but it also like has a lot of like late 80s feel to me too. Like, yes, it has some 90s feel, but like it's got a lot of like late 80s feel, a little like, I don't know, darker feel to me.
Yep.
So I think I'd actually slightly give the edge to Event Horizon. Better kills, Event Horizon. Creepier. Event Horizon is really fucking creepy. So is Silence of the Lambs. Like that scene with like the night vision goggles, like just seeing it from his perspective is creepy as shit, dude. Fuck. I'm going to go Silence of the Lamb. I don't feel good about that. Best movie. I've seen Event Horizon more for what that's worth. So I guess, in my mind, that means that I like Event Horizon more. I'm going Event. I'm not going to overthink. I'm going Event Horizon. I don't feel good about it. I feel like it's like if this was like a football game, it would be the final score would be like 51-50 in quadruple overtime. They're very, very even to me.
No, I agree. I feel like I think the popular vote would easily be the Silence Lamb, and I think you're going to get more shit for us going to Event Horizon. But I think if people actually watch Event Horizon and like think about it, I think they would be like,
it's a total mindfuck, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like he says, like in the trailer, I forgot, this knows your deepest, darkest secrets and fears. Like, that's a mindfuck on its own. So I understand it's not realistic and all that, but still at the same time, it's fucking crazy.
And again, I'm a sucker for like horror movies in space, and like especially ones where it's just like there's a ship floating in space with fucking like no one. It had a whole crew, and now the whole crew's missing.
Yeah,
like, that was a very specific genre. I felt like specifically in the late '90s, in the '90s, and I'm here for it, dude. Tell me that that's like the plot of a movie. I'm like, just put it on. Why are we still talking?
Uh-oh, what does that mean, everybody? Uh-oh, Jason, can you read the bottom banner?
Happy birthday, Chris. Shots or giant swig? All right, man.
Let's do it, bro. Happy birthday, Chris. It's Chris's birthday today. We're going to take a shot. I'm going to take a giant swig right here.
Do we call him up when we get to the final? The finals? Do we call him? Because you know his ass is going to be up.
Oh, he'd be mad if I didn't finish this.
I guess I could have poured a shot. I have vodka right here.
Happy birthday, Christopher.
Happy birthday, Chris. I could tell I'm like getting older because like I just realized I was like, I have an office and I'm in my house. Like, why don't I have like a bottle of whiskey just chilling next to me at all times? Like,
I got stupid. 3 in here.
Yeah, so I now officially do. Like, I have my bottle of Jack. So
Gentleman Jack.
There you go.
All right, so this one I don't think is going to be as hard. I think this one's going to be pretty.
Well, did Kevin ever give his final? I know it doesn't matter because Event Horizon's
he said Event.
On.
He changed it.
He said Event Horizon. Yeah,
okay,
Event Horizon.
Okay, got it.
This next one is going to be Scream versus Sleepy Hollow. I think both in their right are good movies. I just think one is going to be better than the other. So because of that, I'm going to go with Sleepy Hollow first for the trailer. Here we go.
I am Constable Ichabod Crane, sent from New York to investigate murder in Sleepy Hollow.
How much have your superiors explained to you?
Only that the 3 were slain in open ground, their heads severed from their bodies.
Taken by the Headless Horseman. Taken back to hell.
He rode a giant black steed. To look at him made your blood run cold. Even today, the Western Woods is a haunted place where brave men will not venture.
We have murders in New York without benefit of ghouls and goblins.
You're a long way from New York, Constable.
Is everyone in this village enthralled to superstition?
We have many things to talk about, even in this backward place.
Excuse my manner. I'm not used to.
Female company?
The Horseman's killed again!
There it is
The
again.
assassin is a man of flesh and blood, and I will discover him.
Are you so certain of everything?
Perhaps there's a bit of a witch in you, Katrina.
God damn.
Guess you'll be watched too.
We all thought it.
Oh, that explains it.
What explains it?
Chrissy Richardson.
It's an intriguing ass trailer.
No,
I gotta be honest, I forgot about a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
I forgot how much action was in that.
Yeah,
Also,
100%.
again, let's go back to Kinks. I like a quartet. Whatever that thing that pushes everything up, I'm about that.
course.
I don't think many guys dislike it. I think most women dislike it.
Yes, yeah. You basically feel your like organs coming into your chest.
I don't think it was the guys that nixed that one.
Yeah, they're like, "Are you sure you don't want to feel pain for the rest of your life while wearing this?"
But look
that
at
was
the dust of your boobs.
You're absolutely correct. That was a fucking awesome trailer. It didn't feel like a horror trailer, but it was a good trailer.
Well, and I agree, it didn't feel like a horror trailer, but it did feel like a Halloween-y trailer.
Oh, it did. That is true. I will give you that
The
one.
jack-o'-lantern and everything.
Yes, yep. There you go.
All right, guys. Scream. We know this is gonna be good.
Fuck yeah.
Hello.
Classic.
The star of the movie right here.
Tell me your name, I'll tell you mine.
I don't think so.
What's that noise?
Popcorn.
You making popcorn?
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
It's some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Someone is playing a deadly game.
It all began with a scream over 911.
Someone who's seen one too many scary movies. Now he's taken his love of fear
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
one step too far.
Do you like scary movies?
What's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
Lips are out, bro.
Rules that one must abide by in order to successfully
Yeah,
survive
Jamie,
scary
there he
movies.
is.
Number one.
Jamie Kennedy.
You can never have sex.
It's me.
Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, "I'll be right back," because you won't be back. Get another beer. You want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
He didn't make the rules.
The police are always off track. If they watch prom night, they'd save time.
He just kills by them. Don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Don't try to hide.
It's a good slide.
Everybody's a suspect.
You're not scared, are you?
Scream.
I want to watch all 4 of these movies now.
That was a good trailer. I want to
Great
cancel
trailer.
the trailer and end the trailer. I don't want to end it too early because I feel like there's like an extra like jump scare at the end.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
fuck, dude, the unibrow is killing me, Kev, with the fucking mustache.
What are you talking about? It's a mustache.
That's how he always looks. What are you
I'm
talking
still in costume.
Hey,
Still
you
in
pull
costume.
off
folks.
you pull off the unibrow pretty well. So
It's
Not
because I
horribly.
basically
Not
have
horribly.
a fucking unibrow. That's why.
No,
I mean, this
you
is
got
not
a
that
whole
different.
index finger between
you and I
the
both are
eyebrows.
close. The only reason why mine's not as prevalent is because I have blonder hair, but it's there.
Yeah, you might be right. I'll do the Nelly then next. Then.
Let's. Chase, how about you go first on this one? Sleepy Hollow or Scream? Which one are we going for?
Yeah, Better Kills, Scream, 90s feel, Scream. Again, Tim Burton, Christina Ricci, Johnny Depp. Definitely
Why'd
has
you
a
mention her name?
definitely has a 90s feel to it, but not like Scream.
Yeah.
So 90s Scream, creepier, scarier. They're very differently like creepy and scary. Scream does it in almost like a dark humor type way, like the Jamie Kennedy explaining the rules, and then what's his face being like, "I'm gonna go grab a beer. I'll be right back."
Yeah,
like almost like
iconic.
Yeah.
100%.
Whereas Sleepy Hollow is more of like a ghost history type feel, so they're very different. But I'd probably lean Scream just because it's more realistic, and that kind of stuff tends to creep me out more than like the ghosts and shit that I know will never happen, unlike Kevin, who believes in ghosts. Better movie, again, very different. Which one's better acted? I guess you could say Sleepy Hollow. Which one's better directed? Probably Sleepy Hollow again. But which one do I enjoy more? I think Scream. So I think Scream kind of clean sweeps it for me.
I'll go and let Kev go last for a change. I agree with most of what Chase said. I think as an enjoyable movie, Sleepy Hollow's there, but I got to go back. This is Chris's 90s horror movies. And when I think of that, it goes right to Scream. Scream, I think, honestly, I would be shocked if it doesn't make the finals. It is iconic for its right. It's crazy
For
how
90s,
basic it is to be so popular. Like, it's nothing revolutionary. Like, it's kind of like it hits the nail on the head on like certain things. It calls out the corniness of movies. It shows the rules. It brings back all the 80s and
Add some
90s.
comedy into it.
Adds comedy. And so at the end of the day, I'm not turning off Scream. Sleepy Hollow, though, is a movie that I might watch outside of October. Like, it is a movie that it seems kind of fun. It seems like a kind of like whodunit kind of thing. But at the end of the day, Scream's got to go. It would be a big ass upset if Scream didn't make it.
Oh, you said Scream's got to go.
Scream's
go
gotta
on, go on,
Go
yeah,
on.
go forward.
Yeah, it freaked me out for a minute.
Oh.
For me, which movie's scarier, creepier? It's definitely Scream. Which movie's got better kills? Scream. Which movie's more 90s? Is Scream. Which movie is better? I'm say Scream. I thought they were all goes towards Scream. When I think of 90s scary horror movies, I think about, that movie. I think about the iconic phone call in the very beginning of the movie, even though she was only in the movie for a brief moment.
Spoiler.
I think about, like him, like you said, doing that callback of the rules and everything. And I think it's also a brilliant idea to remind everybody of the rules,
yes,
and then slowly use those rules, as you go. Because you're like, oh, don't have sex, and then they have sex. You're like, well, he said don't have sex. Is he about to die? And then, sure enough, or something like that. So, I thought that was brilliant as well.
Sure.
Wes Craven. But anyways, Scream for me as well.
All right. I like it. We're in agreement so far. I think that this other side of the bracket is where we kind of go all over the place. But I don't know. This next bracket, I think this next matchup is going to be pretty easy. But I'm excited to see the trailers. I will say that, like, to listen and hear the trailers, I feel like they're going to be pretty crazy. Which one do you want to go first? Tremors or House of the Haunted Hill?
Tremors.
Tremors. Yeah.
Jesus, you guys went exactly the same. It's cute.
That's what we do.
We
finish each
bacon.
other's
Sandwiches.
sandwiches.
I see you looking at Nade shot over there on the right. I see you.
Huh?
Perfection. A scorched outpost in the middle of nowhere.
You know how close I am to leaving this place right now? How close?
Maybe that's why Val and Earl decided to leave town.
Hey, hold up. That's Edgar Deans.
They just picked the wrong day to do it.
Jeez. You guys better get the hell out of here. There's a killer on the loose.
Who could be doing it?
Is that a snake?
I'll give you boys $5 for this.
20.
Ninjas.
That's how they get you. They're under the ground.
What the hell are those things? How could they eat a whole station wagon?
But where do they come from?
I vote for outer space. No way these are local boys.
You see, they're headed right for us.
No Richter scale can measure it.
They're coming!
No scientist can explain it.
Bert, they're under the ground.
You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun.
Run, run!
And no one knows what to call it.
Megaworms or suckers or,
How about that
or
scene?
suckoids.
Now, this valley is just one long smorgasbord.
Now, it's up to Val and Earl to save the world.
That's one big mother.
Who died and made you Einstein?
And they know just what to do. Flip for it.
Damn.
Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Tremors.
We had a good run of good trailers, and then that came to an end.
Oh my gosh, it's so comfortable.
I don't want to that was. I mean, I will give it to you. It was 90s. It was 90s. It was 90s.
I'll make an argument. That's 80s. That's more 80s. I mean, this is borderline. I mean, it's
wrong.
1990. This is borderline fucking 90s for me. I didn't think it was too much 90s for me.
All right. Well, this trailer, looking at the YouTube algorithm, peaks in the beginning and then flattens, and then at the end it peaks even better. So I don't know what the fuck that means. So let's go.
We're about to find out.
House on the Haunted Hill.
It's on Blu-ray now.
This Halloween, 6 strangers have been invited to a party. If they can stay up till dawn, they'll win $1 million each. The only catch is that they'll have to live through the night.
Let the games begin.
What's in there? Hey, I think I got something.
Open the door!
Stephen, are you doing this?
No.
Bro, that was...
House on Haunted Hill game.
That's play at your own risk. Shit. There's that jump thing.
There it is.
Jump scare.
Evil likes to party.
That was, I'm going to be honest with you, that was a pretty good trailer.
It was. It was a lot better than Tremors.
Yes. I mean, that was, the bar was low.
But Tremors had Kevin Bacon, so, you know.
All right, I'll start her off. Look, which movie's creepier, scary creepier? It's Haunted Hills. Which movie has better kills? Let's push. Which movie feels more like 90s? Like I said, I might be on a hill on this one, but I feel like Tremors almost feels 80s.
On a hill. I see what you did there.
Yeah, House on a Haunted Hill. So I'm gonna go with that. Not the 80s. I'm going with House on a Haunted Hill. House on the Haunted Hill?
I think it's just House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill, yeah.
Which movie's a better movie? I think they're both shit. Yeah, I'll go with Tremors just to make it fun. And I will pick the movie that needs to move on in this situation, which is House on Haunted Hill.
Jesus.
Way to really drag it out there.
I don't think we're going to be much different from all of us. I enjoyed watching Tremors as a kid. Again, I don't think it belongs on this bracket. I don't feel like it feels like that horror kind of movie. At the end of the day, House on Haunted Hill, which is fucking throws me off right now. We've been throwing the Haunted Hill, you know what I mean?
We've been throwing those around like crazy.
For sure. Scarier, creepier is definitely in the House. Better kills, Tremors. 90s feels House. Better movie, Tremors. But at the end of the day, 90s horror movie bracket, it's House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah. Y'all basically said it all. What I will disagree with is Tremors, the kills, they're very one-dimensional. It's an animal coming from below to kill you. I thought House on Haunted Hill had a little more variety. Yes, it's ghosts, but it happened in different ways. Whereas Tremors is literally just something from below is going to eat you. It's still crazy, but just very one-dimensional.
But that's kind of the
that's creepy.
That's also a thing about it though, because like you start to think about like, oh well, I mean the ground is connected, or the house is in the ground, so like they can definitely bring the whole fucking house down.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So
But
you don't
again,
think
it's
about
just-
shit like that back then.
But see, to me, that would go more to creepiness than it would to kills.
Yeah, it's almost. I get what you're saying, Chase. The first kill underground, unique, but it's like that over and over
Yes.
again. That you
it would be
don't
like it would be like Jaws. Like, don't get me wrong, it's crazy. You're getting eaten by a shark, but like, there's only so many ways you can get eaten by a shark before you're just like, that dude got eaten by a fucking shark.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
Tremors is Jaws. I mean, that's actually like Tremor is Jaws on the ground. Like that's without a doubt the same fucking movie.
So, I mean, with probably even the same acting, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. House on Haunted Hill, just across the board for me.
Okay. Good call. So House is moving forward. We have Event Horizon moving forward and Scream. So the final four, we got what I Know What You Did Last Summer and Candyman. Which trailer do you want to see first?
Candyman. We're on the same page here, Kev.
I like that. All right, let's do it.
Have you ever heard of Candyman? And if you look in the mirror, you say his name 5 times.
In cities everywhere.
Fucking do it.
Oh, I like this voice.
His name.
Yeah.
Right? Candyman.
It's just a story.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Just a ghost story.
Candyman.
An entire community starts attributing the daily horrors of their lives to a mythical figure.
The legend first appeared in 1890. He was attacked, mutilated, and burned to death. Poor Candyman.
Helen, a woman died in there. Leave it.
Everyone knows he isn't real.
That's modern oral folklore.
Everyone. Except Helen Lyle.
Where did I... It ain't safe around here.
I don't scare too easy.
Wanna know about Ruthie Jean? They ain't never gonna catch him.
Who?
Candyman.
Who is that?
I came for you.
Do I know you?
Now she is about to discover
Helen? Get out! Get out!
what's behind the mystery.
I'm sick.
What's behind the legend.
Listen, he's under the bed!
And most terrifying of all, come with me. What's behind the mirror.
He's here.
Candyman. You don't have to believe. Just beware.
That last scene was fucking creepy as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, that one. Oh, you're by yourself. Was she getting off the whole movie? Like, I felt like she was just like,
if you
want
wanted
to turn
her
on
to.
a little bit.
That's up to you.
That's how
That's
you
up to
watch.
you.
You watched
your
a different movie than I did.
All right, next one we got is I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm excited for this one.
The boy and girl are making out,
Try and
right?
hide your
When
excitement.
they hear over the radio that this lunatic killer's escaped from an insane asylum.
That's not the way it goes. The boy goes for help, and the girl stays in the car, and she hears this, like, scratching sound.
No, he's been decapitated. No, he was gutted with a hook.
Oh my god.
You think he's dead?
We can't just leave him here.
Oh, tell me, little Miss Prelaw, what's the charge for manslaughter? We make a pact. Right here and now we take the to our grave.
For the last year, 4 friends have kept a secret.
Are you on drugs? No. Well, then what is wrong? I've had a rough year.
But not all secrets stay buried.
I know what
Somebody
you did
sent
last
this to
summer.
me. Oh my god. Someone knows.
I know what you did last summer. Ooh.
What they thought would be a new beginning
Toast to us.
is becoming a dead end.
Somebody tried to kill you last night. We have to go to the police.
If he wanted me dead, he could have done it.
And the mistake they made
It was an accident.
There was no accident. It was murder.
What if he's still alive? Hey!
What are you doing here?
is coming back to haunt them.
Oh my god.
He's after me, too. I got a letter. I got run over. Helen gets her hair chopped off. Julie gets a body in a truck and you get a letter? That's balanced.
She's waiting for us to unravel.
Yeah.
Wait is over.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Fuck yeah.
I know what you did last summer.
I want to say the movie was better than the trailer, right?
We definitely got Ryan Felipe shower scene too. So
Dude
for
was
those
jacked,
of you
bro. Good for you, bro.
looking good. That thin, like Brad Pitt back in the day. That kind of look, you know. So
yeah.
You're welcome.
They were definitely attracting women. They were like, men are already going to watch this movie, so let's just try to get the women in.
Men saw the
good.
names and they're in.
Yeah. We're like, Jennifer Love Hewitt, we're in. All right, you don't have to say anything.
You had us. Say less. Stop
How
telling
can
us
we-
about the
how
plot.
can we
do
bring
not
in
care.
2 girls? You know, like
Yeah. We're going 2 of the hottest women in the fucking 90s.
Like, yeah, we
no.
did. What is it called?
I'm
when they,
saying, like, how can you bring 2 women to the theater as well with the guys? You know,
what is it?
that's
What's
fair.
it called when they like bring people in and like have them screen it and like ask their opinions on it? I guarantee you, they like ask the guys and like,
Poll?
yeah, we saw the opening scene and we were in. We didn't care about the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
We were good.
For sure.
but did you watch the movie?
No.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
We watched it parts.
All right, so we got I Know What You Did Last Summer versus Candyman. Chase, how would you go first?
Oh man. Oh, okay. These are so fucking different. I'm at least happy that both these feel like they deserve to be on Chris's 90s horror movie bracket, because they are both 90s horror movies, which is not true of every movie on this bracket. So let's start with more 90s. To me personally, it's got to be I Know What You Did Last Summer. That cast alone is the definition of 90s, but watch that fucking trailer and tell me that this is not a fucking 90s movie.
Yeah.
More unique, or what is it? Best kills. I think I'm gonna go with Candyman because I Know What You Did Last Summer. There were kills, obviously, but like, I mean, it's a cast of 4. Like, it's really those main 4 people that you're like thinking about the kills for.
Yeah.
Whereas like
but they
Candyman,
did tease them. They did a good job at teasing killing. Like
they
didn't
did,
really
but
kill 'em right
Candyman
away.
had that effect of like anyone could die. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
that's
like
fair.
even though like I don't know, to me that also goes into like the creepiness aspect. Like yes, I Know What You Did Last Summer is creepy. They're basically getting stalked by someone and they don't know how, and he knows this massive secret about them.
That scared me.
That's
I was
fucking
like,
creepy. That's fucking. That should win.
Yeah.
Just make a movie of that, and it should win this fucking bracket.
Jesus Christ, we're killing Jason here.
But like Candyman again wins creepiness because of that creepy / scary. Because again, it could happen to fucking anyone. You look in a mirror and say the name, and it could happen to you. Whereas like for I Know What You Did Last Summer, it's like just don't kill someone, and like you're good.
Yeah. Don't be a
Like,
piece of shit.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not a piece of shit. So like I feel pretty safe about this. Better movie is probably Candyman. I mean, it's definitely Candyman. I Know What You Did Last Summer is a fun watch, and it's definitely a 90s horror movie. It fits that title perfectly, but I just think Candyman is creepier, has better kills, and is a better movie. So I gotta go Candyman.
My hots for Jennifer Love Hewitt wants it to go forward. Like that's why. Like I don't want to break her heart. Like I might still have a chance with it.
I mean, and it is super 90s. So it gets major props for that.
It does. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like Chris already kind of fucked this bracket up a little bit. I don't want to fuck it up anymore. And anybody who says that you got scared, like at the end of the day, you're watching a movie to be scared in some aspect, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot sit here and tell me that you were more scared watching I Know What You Did Last Summer versus Candyman. So that right there tells me it has to be Candyman. It breaks my heart a little bit because I Know What You Did Last Summer is 90. That's the epitome of
sure.
it.
It's so fucking 90s.
It's a disservice to the bracket and to Chris for not moving Candyman forward. So that's my vote.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, which is scarier, creepier is Candyman, which has better kills, Candyman, which one feels more 90s? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Just with that cast, with Jennifer Love Hewitt, we all had the crush. Like Jason said, we questioned whether we were tits or ass guys, and at that point, and which movie was a better movie? It's Candyman. In general, I was all over. Pretty fucking good movie. For scary movie.
Jason was trying to jump it all the way into the winners bracket. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean,
you jumped it
I
all
know
the
what
way
you.
into the winners.
I Know What You Did Last Summer was an iconic movie for us during the '90s and early 2000s kind of era, because that was just like something that we watched, and it had lots of popular people in it at the time, but at the same time, when I'm looking for that 90s horror movie that is on Chris's bracket here, because there's lots that are left out, you fucking idiot. Here we are, Candyman.
Candyman it is. So we got our final four. It's Event Horizon versus Scream. And then going over to the east side, we got House on Haunted Hill, not The Haunted Hill, and Candyman. I'm not mad with these final four. I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
There's a couple that were in a shitty situation on the rank that might flip one of these two, but at the end of the day, I think we have a good
solid.
setup.
I think it's
a solid one. So we'll jump into the final four. First one, let's just start off on the right side. We're already on there. We're hot on Candyman. We're hot on House on Haunted Hill. Chase, which one, bro?
That's tough, man. Damn, dude.
I know. I part of me feels like House on a Hill gives me like 13 Ghosts vibes too.
Yeah,
Do you get that vibe?
1,000,000%. Yes, dude. They are very similar movies in a lot of aspects.
2000s. Now I feel like next year we're definitely gonna do 2000 movie
For
bracket.
sure, have to.
Yeah,
I'm going to start off with the two obvious categories to me personally. Candyman's the better movie. House on Haunted Hill is more 90s to me. So those are the two obvious choices for me personally.
Agreed.
Now the next two are much harder to me. Creepiness, they're very different creepiness. Again, it goes back to like I guess you could say both of them are avoidable situations. Candyman, just don't look in the mirror and say it 5 times. House on Haunted Hill, just don't try to win $1 million by going into a like creepy house that some fucking
Would you
dude-
guys do it? Would you do it?
I mean, I don't believe in ghosts, so yes.
So House on a Hill though, but
It
they
could just
know
be a creepy
going
guy trying to kill him. Yeah, I mean, that's
but did they know going ahead that their life was in danger? Like they had to survive.
Yeah,
did they know that going in?
I think it was one of
I can't
those where it's like, all you have to do is at 6 a.m. walk out and you get the money, and they're like, oh fuck yeah.
So they didn't know they might die.
I think it's one of those like maybe we should have asked more questions. Kind
Got
of
you.
things. Like,
Okay, so I would do it and die. Got it. Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Just check the box.
100%.
Chase surviving. Kevin and I are dead.
So, but I do think while they're both avoidable, I think Candyman's a little creepier. Like, again, just the whole like hook aspect and like the whole, I don't know, man. He just shows up like anywhere. Like House on Haunted Hill, at least it's like it's that house specifically. So like if you can find a way to get out of that house, you're good. But like Candyman, it like follows you. Like it's following you for the rest of your life. Which won't be long because he's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
So like I think from that aspect, Candyman's a little creepier, a little scarier. House on Haunted Hill has some great jump scares though. And it's got some creative deaths, which so does Candyman. I think I'd give House on Haunted Hill the slightest of edges on kills, just because again, Candyman for the most part, it's the hook. Now don't get me wrong, the hook is fucking epic, and he can kill you many ways with that hook.
Yeah.
But I think I'd go House on Haunted Hill. So that's 2-2. Which one would I be more likely to watch in October for that like Halloween feel? I think I would lean Candyman because of the urban legend aspect of it.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go Candyman.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm basically the same thing as Chase. I don't want to be like in agreement and all the time, but like when I think of like scary ass shit, you know, when it comes to like haunted, or when it comes to even fucking Halloween time, like when I'm like, I'm not sure, like, you know, what's kind of scary, what's not. I think of like urban legends when I was a kid that I wasn't sure if it was fucking real or not.
Yeah.
And Candyman absolutely was one of those things. We're literally at fucking birthday parties. I said it already, but we're doing this fucking Candyman things, and it's terrifying for me. I'm like, don't say this. Don't do it. So like, just don't fucking do it. And House on Haunted Hill is just like, it's a scary movie with some jump scares that's just better than Tremors and whatever it beat out before, you know?
Sixth Sense, or not. Was it Sixth? No.
Sixth Sense.
It was Sixth Sense, damn.
Yeah.
And Sixth Sense really wasn't like a scary movie for me. I mean, it was, but I think that House on Haunted Hill, does it belong in the Final Four? I don't think so. But
so that's a good question. What would you put over it on this bracket?
We'd have to zoom out a little bit if Jason can do that for me. Sorry to make you press all these. We're looking at about 200 is what we're looking for, Jay. There. No, I'm just kidding. For me, on that side, like really, that's a weak ass side.
It is.
Would
you put Sleepy Hollow over it?
No.
Blair Witch?
Maybe, but probably not.
Okay.
I know over on the others.
Summer?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I would put
I Know What You Did Last Summer just because of its 90s-ness.
Yeah. So if I were to go on that side, like I would have been my final four or my final two on that side would have been I Know What You Did Last Summer and Candyman. I think those are for that side. I know Chase probably said. What about Faculty though, Chase? I mean,
I forgot about Faculty.
I've been thinking about.
I just and again, I know Faculty is just a me thing. Like I don't know. I really liked that movie. So
I liked it.
But anyways, I'm going Candyman regardless. The fact that it is something that actually creeped me out as a kid, and then also, you know, still carries on today. Like if I told my kids like that's a thing, you know, just fucking around with them, would they do it? You know. Or would they believe that and be like, look, they made a movie about it and everything?
You say it 4.5 times.
Yeah. So.
You never finish
the kids
man
even have that kind of shit nowadays.
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
Like, is that
question.
even you know what I mean? Like, that's another thing that makes me think about. Like,
maybe they do, and we just don't
easily
hear about
just
it.
be like, Mom, can you Google this for me?
Yeah.
Why? What is that?
Yeah, but hey, you know, maybe they don't believe Google, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Or, you know, Google lies. You know, maybe they maybe people on Google are writing all these fake articles about how Candyman's real.
Like what would be a urban myth today, like something like that? You know
That they
what I mean?
believe
Like,
in?
Yeah. That's what I'm curious about.
I think a lot of them carry over, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Bloody Mary.
I think some of them carry Bloody Mary.
Candyman.
Bloody Mary's
Yeah.
been around forever,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think they have it. Don't get us wrong. I think Google saves you from a lot of bullshit, but when you're young, you kind of just go with the crowd, right? Like you're like, I'm not scared. You're not scared. You just roll with it. It's just that's the.
This
the
would be a
vibe
good
of
question.
the area.
Like, might be a little side video that I could do with my daughter. You know, just like a little interview. You know what I mean?
like that.
In Tallahassee, growing up, you know, there was Sunnyland. I don't know if y'all remember Sunnyland.
I got a trespass.
Every city has something like that. Though,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but even after we found out that Sunnyland wasn't like as like the history of Sunnyland wasn't as like dark as everyone like made up the story to be, it still had the creepy vibe. Like even knowing that it didn't have as insane a history as people made up.
It had 1950s like vibe of like medical equipment all over the place. That's creepy as fuck as its own. It does. I don't give a shit what the backstory is. Like you show up there at 2:00 in the morning on a Thursday night and you're hanging with your friends half drunk. Like that shit's terrifying.
But I'm telling you, growing up, going to Camp Indian Springs, which is an overnight camp that I went to every summer from age like I think 7 till I was like 14. That was the story because Sunnyland wasn't far from there. And so that was the thing is like, you know, hey, you have to be careful because like rumor is like there's still patients from Sunnyland, like still wondering because it's acres of land in the middle of nowhere. This camp is. So like that was the creepy like story that they would tell us. Like they didn't find all the patients, and so like rumor is they're still wandering the woods and could be anywhere.
I hooked up with so many girls because of that goddamn place. No, not in the place, but afterwards. Like when you get your adrenaline kicking and stuff like that, you come back, you fucking pound a couple more beers, and it's a win. It's a win. It's a win.
Adrenaline does help for sure.
Yeah. But I agree with you guys 100%. It was a tough matchup, but at the end of the day, like Candyman sticks out. Like Kevin said, I want to know if there's something that sticks out like Candyman's like lore for us this generation. Because it's hard for me to go like now. It's even hard for me to think like moving like seeing the next matchup in this like will it win it all? And I'm like I think it might. You got Scream versus Event Horizon. This is the one where I feel like people are gonna give us shit for because I think we might go forward with the one that no one's thinking about and put it to the test. But on that note, Kevin, you go.
Yeah, so this is gonna be not as easy as you think it is going to be for me, Jay. Which one is scarier, creepier? It's Event Horizon. Which one's got better kills? Event Horizon. Which one's more 90s is 100% Scream for me. And which one's a better movie? I really like Event Horizon, but Scream is like a fucking legendary movie. Like a fucking like when you think about 90s, 2000s, you think about Scream and you think about how it affected, scary movies and how we think of them. So that's where it's tough for me.
Did you guys predict it? Can you remember that far back if you knew those two people were the killers from Scream?
I don't think I called it.
I didn't call it.
I
thought the boyfriend. I definitely.
Yes.
If you said
but then
you
it
called
tries
it a
to throw
duo,
you off. But then it tries to throw you off.
I call bullshit if someone said duo.
The only way you could think of duo is the only way you could think of duo. Spoiler alert for those that haven't seen it. Is if you were so dead set on it being the boyfriend that you had to find a way for it to still be him despite his alibi of being in jail when the killer calls. That's the only way you can predict the duo is if you're like, I know it's him, but he has an alibi, so it's him and someone. That is the only, and I did not make that call.
And that's if you forget that he had his one call. Like he could still use his one call as the killer.
Oh, you guys remember way more about this than I do.
True.
But,
I'm just saying the duo is a unique stance.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the unique stance is the duo part, and there's not a lot of duo movies.
No,
so
it's a great.
I want you to know if you actually watched this back in the day or for the first time, whenever you watch it and actually predicted it, tell me why. Give me the call outs. I'm gonna trust you, but I gotta know how you called out the duo on that one.
Yeah.
So Kevin, which one's moving forward?
Yeah, so it's gonna go back to in the end, like when I'm thinking of 90s horror movie bracket, Chris's hot 90s horror movie bracket. For the record, let's just make that perfectly clear. If you got any squabble,
squabble with him.
Squabble with Chris. I can't see a matchup where it's Candyman versus Scream in the end. I just don't like that. It doesn't sit right with me. I'd rather it be like two legit scary horror movies going against each other in the end, and that's why I'm going to go with Event Horizon. Now, I will say for me, 1, 2, 3, I'd probably go Event Horizon, Scream, Candyman. So if Scream was against Event Horizon for the championship, that'd be a little bit tougher for me.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go next if that's cool, Jay.
Yeah.
So before I even go through my vote,
here we go.
It goes back to what the title of this is for me. Chris's, again, this is Chris's. That part's not important. But 90s horror movie bracket. If this was just a horror movie bracket, I think I would go Event Horizon. But Scream is so goddamn 90s that, like, I don't do the, like, all right, this one, too. Like, I do this one, this category, this one, that category. But I'm fine having something that won 3 categories lose to one that won 1 category if all 3 of those categories are super close and then one is an absolute blowout. Now, that's not the case of this one, because I do think that Scream is clearly way more 90s. I think you can make an argument for Event Horizon or Scream in terms of the kills. They're very different, but again, Scream has some very unique fucking kills, dude. Like, it really does. Like, some very creative kills.
Corny as fuck, but kill like the garage.
Yes.
The garage.
The
scene.
garage. That is literally the one I was thinking of. So, like, I think I would give Scream the edge on that. It's not for everyone, but like, I fucking loved that. Which one is scarier? Event Horizon is scarier. Scream is scary in a sense of like, it just like, you don't know what's happening, you don't know who it is, why they're targeting who they're targeting. So like, that is scary, but like, Event Horizon just such a mind fuck. So it's definitely scarier and creepier to me. Better movie. They're very different movies. If we're talking about acting, I would go Event Horizon. Plot, probably Event Horizon. But like, Scream is fucking, it's a fun movie. Like, it is a fun watch.
100%.
So I'll give it a push there. And just for me, when I can't get over the 90s horror movie bracket. And like, when I think, literally the first movie I think of when I think 90s horror movie bracket is Scream. So Event Horizon, while hitting all these categories great and being like a legit contender in every category, it just doesn't feel as much like a 90s horror movie as Scream does to me. So Scream.
There you go.
You're muted, Jay.
I'll be transparent as fuck on this one. I wanted to go with Event Horizon just to piss off people because I feel like they'll see it right away. But it hurts me to say if I did that, I'd be lying to myself, because at the end of the day, like you said, I think what Chase said makes the most sense. 90s horror movie. I keep going back to what scares me the most, and that's my like overall winner. Like, that trumps everything. But at the same time, I don't think that's the best case scenario on this one, or the best reason for moving this forward. So it's hard for me to say like 90s and Scream. Like, it's so hard for me to, and I didn't realize how big of this movie was until like this bracket. Like, this definitely set the tone for fucking horror movies. So I gotta go 90s. And I gotta go Scream on that one for sure. But I think Event Horizon, like you said, like, I think it would move forward in other brackets. Like, if it was a general horror movie bracket, I don't know where it would go. Like, let's say a top 64, I think it could make it a 32 or maybe a Sweet 16 if it was a general horror movie.
It's just bracket. Like, so when Chris sent me this list, immediately I read the title and some movies popped into my mind. Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like a bunch of movies just popped in my mind, and Event Horizon wasn't one. But then I looked at like the list. I was like, oh, fuck, I love Event Horizon. I was like, that is such a good fucking movie. Mm-hmm. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, and you know what? It does fit a lot of these criteria. Like, while it didn't pop into my mind, it fits the criteria great. But like, Scream is literally the first movie I thought of when I saw the bracket title.
I agree. That and Halloween, but not H2O. Like, Halloween and Freddy Krueger were the two that came to mind. So again, it blows my mind that Freddy's not on this. All right. So that being said, we got Scream moving forward, which I actually kind of surprised that Kevin went this way. He said he
voted Event Horizon though.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you voted Scream.
No, he basically gave it a tie and there was like, fuck it, Event Horizon.
Okay. All right. So on that note, then we have Scream as the final versus Candyman. That's what's Scream at? Scream was a number 4 versus Candyman a number 7, which is not bad.
Hey, yeah,
it's not bad at all. I'll take a 4 and 7 for a final
for sure.
Yeah.
Our final 4 was what? 4, 7, 8, and 15. Fuck, man, a true Cinderella story. So
I'll switch it up. I'm going to go through each line, each criteria with all of us, and then we'll get it to the final vote. Which movie is scarier or creepier? I'll go first. Candyman, without a doubt. It's kind of close, but not really. It's Candyman. What about you, Chase?
Candyman.
Kevin?
Which movie is scarier or creepier? Candyman.
Okay. Chase goes next. Which movie has the better kills?
Scream.
Kevin?
I'll say there's, yeah. I mean, I'd vote Scream here. I like there's a, with the hook, there's a couple of them, and people getting fucking just ripped apart.
For sure.
But there's more unique kills in Scream, whereas, yeah, I mean, that's all it is, and Candyman is just people getting fucking shredded,
Which, I mean, if that's what you want to go, it doesn't say which is the more unique kills, right? It just says better kills. So if you like seeing people get ripped apart, then...
You never know how you're going to go in Scream. You know how you're going to go in Candyman.
For sure.
And that's true. Yeah, you call it out. Like, you did it to yourself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree. Scream has the better kills. Corny as fuck kills. Like, I want to make this clear. Better does not mean they're like actually could kill you. Like, if you die in a fucking garage. By the way, that motor that pulled that bitch up, the fucking, like, that's a great garage door opener. Like, that's very, very fucking heavy duty. That's got to be a 20, 30 horsepower fucking motor pulling this goddamn body up there and then killing you that
maybe
way.
he kind of tweaked it beforehand.
Did something, bro. All right, third one. Which movie feels like a 90s movie, 90s feel? This is the easy one, but I'm going to make Kevin go first.
Yeah, it's Scream for me. The whole cast, they even threw in Drew Barrymore just to fucking make sure that you understood that it's 90s. Candyman does feel a little bit like late 80s, early 90s, whereas Scream for me feels almost, well, it almost feels like late 90s, early 2000s for me as well. So,
Even though, isn't it mid 90s? Isn't it like 95?
Yeah, it is mid 90s, I believe. But yeah, I'm sticking with Scream with that, even though like I almost talked myself out of it.
That was kind of crazy. You almost did. I would disagree with Kevin. It's very close. It's not even close. It's Scream.
100%. It's definitely
high
not close
schools
at all.
to what they're drinking.
Yeah.
To what their outfits are. It's just without a doubt.
The outfits are wild, right?
It's a 100% Scream. Yeah.
All right. So Chase already said the 90s. Vote. Last one. Which movie is a better movie? And again, I was gonna go with Scream right away, but I thought Candyman was unique in the sense of the whole like idea
Urban
behind it.
legend myth.
And the urban legend. But at the end of the day, if you got to take better movie, I go back to, did you fucking actually predict it was a duo killer? And that's good writing. At this time of our lives, like, you can predict things about a quarter to a halfway through. You're like, all right, this guy's this or this guy's that. This was threw me away, threw me for a loop. So I got to go better movie with Scream. Kevin, I'll make Chase go last again.
Man, this is tough for me. Damn. I think they're pretty fucking close, to be honest. Like, as far as better movies. I'd say Scream. I'd say Scream. Man. It was a great timing. Great timing.
It was great timing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Scream for that. I mean, I liked Candyman a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason that I put it in the finals. That it's in the finals. But at the same time, like, when I'm thinking 90s horror movie bracket, Chris's or not, I'm thinking Scream. I'm thinking Scream, and I'm thinking that that's just the better movie. It's what we grew up on. It's what we grew up on. Even with our 3 to 4 year age gap, it's still what we grew up on. You know what I mean?
The only reason why
together
I'm still hesitant on my vote on pushing Scream forward is that Candyman still is the lasting impression. And all of us, if we went to a person that grew up in the 90s and said Candyman, right away, they'd be like, oh yeah, say it 5 times, so they'll get killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's stuck with you. And I feel like that part stuck with you more than like actual like plots and storylines of Scream. Like, I feel like
that would even oh, sorry, Jay, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I was gonna say.
That would even stand true, like, even with, like, even if I was like, if I told Avery that fucking story, and that urban myth rather, and like that would carry on for generations.
For sure.
Whereas I'm not sure if Scream, like the movie would, So I don't know, but I think we're basing it off of the movie and not the urban myth. So
I agree.
Yeah, for
Chase?
me, better movie. Like I'm just a sucker for like a whodunit mystery twist. It's like the main books that I read are books that are whodunits with like a twist. And my favorite movie of all time is Usual Suspects, because the first time I watched that movie, it blew my fucking mind. So like that's just like that is my genre of movie, book, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So it's Scream. Yeah.
I mean, I want to go Candyman.
You sound so fucking happy, by the way, Chase.
Me? It's just Scream is the clear winner to me. It just
But
is.
did you
It's
guys
so
go-
it's so 90s. It is a horror movie. Like, yes, it's a slasher, but that is a very specific genre of horror. Like, it fits all the criteria very well.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, I don't know. You please speak on your side of this. When you came in, most brackets I have my clear winner in my head, and in this one, my clear winner was not in. My clear winner was Silence of the Lamb, and then the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, that fucking's not a real horror movie. That took out. Then the next one that came in was like Child's Play. I was like, that's more horror that for my file. And then I was like, no, it's fucking not. So like, to be honest with you, looking at Scream, that seemed like the most predictable answer. But for me, I did not have that going in.
Scream was my winner.
Was it?
Well, I should say it was my winner. It was the one that I thought I would most likely pick as a winner. Not gonna lie though, Event Horizon was a strong.
That was a
for me.
sleeper that I did not expect.
I really love that movie.
Let me just tell you, there is that kind of question mark with it. Is it a movie? Is it a miniseries? That would have 100% won for me. The original.
Yeah, it's creepy.
On that note, too, Kevin.
Yeah.
If there a Jason or a Freddy movie was in here, that would have knocked out about
Where
half
the fuck
of these
is
as well.
Freddy? Where is Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean,
That
there is a Nightmare on Elm Street movie in the 90s.
And
why didn't we have it on there?
And there's a Jason one. Yeah.
Where is Dusk Till Dawn?
Ooh, I love that fucking movie.
Where's Dusk Till Dawn?
Oh, I love that fucking bro. I'll
So
never
say
forget the first time I watched Dusk Till Dawn, because I was on a hard Quentin Tarantino kick. And so I'm like, in the opening scene of that movie, I'm just like, oh, bro, this is classic Tarantino right here. And then you get to a scene and you're like, oh, this is different. This is different.
Yeah.
And Selma Hayek. Can we just take a second and just say Selma Hayek?
Let's take a moment of silence real quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't. No,
I did.
You can't come while you're giving a moment of silence.
Is it a myth or not that someone said that? What Scorsese was it? Who was it that directed it? Was it Scorsese?
Tarantino.
It was Tarantino.
Was it a myth that someone said that he actually put in a spot where he had to lick
He
it?
drank
her
tequila.
feet?
He drank tequila off of her foot.
Yeah, and he forced that into the script. Like that was him writing into the script.
He has lots of scenes throughout his movies where he is involved with feet. It is widely speculated that he has a foot fetish, and he uses his movies to be able to. We know you do too, Kev, but you don't write movies specifically with the role in mind where you get to do things to attractive women's feet.
They can also say no.
They can.
They can also say no.
But yes, he did drink.
Why?
I believe it's a tequila shot off of Selma Hayek's foot.
Good for you.
What part of the movie was that? Just asking for a friend.
I believe it's before the big reveal. It's like when she comes out on stage, like
kidding.
dancing and doing her.
That was a joke.
You should rewatch that scene though.
All right.
All right. Congrats. Let's
go,
give an
Scream.
applause. Right.
Let's go.
Wait. Oh, I can give a scream. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Out of curiosity, how many of the Screams have you seen?
All of them.
The new ones as well.
Really? Jason
I've seen them all.
Payne, congrats on that. How many Screams are there?
I know there's
the original
3
trilogy, right?
Yeah, and then there's 2. I believe that's out right now.
I thought there was 3 more. I thought there was a second trilogy.
Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, Scream, which apparently I don't know what that is. but that's in 2022. So they took a break from 2011, and then 2022, 11 years later, boom, Scream came out. I don't understand. Is that a remake?
The last one, so
what
just 2 more.
Nope.
Yeah, so there's 3.
Scream 5. Or
There it is.
wait, what's VI? 5?
That's VI is 6.
6. Scream 6, and
So
then next year, or excuse me, 2 years
7.
from now, to 2026, Scream 7. So which one you saw? Scream 6, Jay?
Scream 4 is the one that's throwing me off. I got to make sure I've seen that one.
Jenna Ortega. Oh,
I've seen I've seen all the brand new ones that just came out. Yeah, I've seen those.
Big fan of Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, she's great. Scream 4 is the one that's throwing me the fuck off right now.
Who's in Scream 4?
That's the one that it's not fucking connecting. Like I'm trying to figure out who
What are you
was in
asking
that
me?
movie.
Scream 4. Emma
Okay,
Roberts,
yeah.
Hayden Panettiere. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that one. It was okay. Yeah, that's when they brought her character in, and then she came in.
I've only seen the original trilogy.
Okay.
I'm with Chase. I've only seen 1, 2, and 3. After that, you try to come back 11 years later. I'm off the bandwagon at that juncture, my friend.
They're pretty good,
no
actually.
offense.
To be honest with you.
I mean, I might
recommend
give it a shot.
them.
I might give it a
recommend
shot.
them.
I am a big Hayden fan, so Panettiere.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
I don't remember her debut,
down for her.
but I remember her, and then she's also in the later ones as too.
Me and Chase
alert.
remember from Heroes.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Big Heroes fans here. Me and Chase. We've
Save
seen
the girl, save the world.
I've seen every
Save the
episode.
cheerleader, save the world. Excuse me.
I don't know about Chase, but
You've what now?
I've seen every episode.
I have as well. Yeah, multiple times actually.
So yeah.
Yep. The first season's by far the best.
Also, Bring It On. Yeah, All or Nothing. Big fan of that movie.
Wait, All or Nothing?
I don't think she's in Bring It On.
Did you not
Bring It
hear
On, All or Nothing?
All or Nothing. So probably like a third or fourth one.
Not sure.
Check. Good to know.
We're getting off topic here, but I just want to say happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Be safe. I do have one quick dad tip. Do you want to hit my intro real quick, super fast?
Oh, that's fine. You were wrapping up like you weren't going to do the dad tip, and I was very concerned.
Are you supposed to be on your iPad? You know what, young lady? Do you want to go to timeout? 1, 2, 3. It's time for dad tip.
Get your game face on. Get your game face on. 'Cause I'm coming to play, boy.
Yeah, super fast dad tip Halloween version. Look, take your kids trick-or-treating, okay? And I'm not talking about trunk-or-treating, okay? I'm talking about fucking trick-or-treating. Now, if you don't live in a safe environment, obviously take them to a safe environment. Trunk-or-treating is probably the best option for you there. Or go to like, mom's or an uncle's neighborhood or something where it is a safe environment. But keep trick-or-treating alive because I feel like it is dying quickly.
Is it?
And to the point where last year we went trick-or-treating house to house. Our neighborhood is one of the better neighborhoods to where kids like from other neighborhoods come here, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Just don't take all my candy. But yeah, keep your kids trick-or-treating. No more trunk-or-treating unless it's not in a safe environment if it's with a group, like if you're like, oh, soccer team's doing a trunk-or-treat,
Or you can do
fine.
both, right? Doing both is
fine. Do both is fine too, Chase. That's a good point. But like this is one of the traditions where we got to keep it going, man. Like
I didn't realize
I'm
it
scared.
was dying.
I mean, for me, I feel like it's dying. I could be on a hill here.
No, you're not. You're not.
On a hill.
Older kids, I feel like you would know better.
For me, I agree with Kevin on the side that they're forcing the trunk or treat so much down your throat that feels like you're trying to kill something that's good. They're like, and they complain. They're like, oh, sometimes it's on a school night and it's late and people ring your bell at 10. It's like, it's one fucking night out of the year.
One
Go
night
suck
of the
a
year.
dick.
Yeah.
Dude, Hudson literally asks about it all year. He's like, is it almost Halloween? I'm like, it's fucking November. You have so long.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like on New Year's, I remember my mom would give us pots and pans, and we would go up and down the neighborhood smacking pots and pans on New Year's Eve when it struck New Year's. Like, it's like little things like that. Like, get over your fucking self for one night, okay? And also, like, if my kids go up to your fucking door and you're not there, you're a piece of shit. You know, where the fuck are you? Okay?
Unless you're out trick-or-treating.
If you're out trick-or-treating and you don't have somebody watching your house, that's one thing. But leave some candy.
That's fair.
And for it to be completely lights off, you're at home watching fucking, Scream. It's a great movie. But at the same time, answer your door, pause the movie, and leave your lights on for these kids. This is their one time to fucking have a great time.
If you're gonna be that lazy, at least just leave the light on, put the candy jar on a TV tray or some shit.
Yeah, put a fake camera out there.
Do something.
And financially, if that's another reason, that's your own thing. I won't.
100%. Yeah.
But I will add on to that. I saw this and it really hit it home. Give the teenagers a break. I know a lot of people give teenagers shit for doing that. I read this thing and it said it's probably the last time being a kid before becoming an adult. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's actually a good call. That changed my mind, because like when you see normally it's teenagers showing up to your house like later in the night and you're like, God damn it, bro, grow up. And then I saw that meme and I'm like, you're not wrong. Like the following year he's gonna probably be an adult. He'll never have this ever again. Actually, fucking suck it up.
That's fucking beautiful. I love that, Jason.
Yeah, it hit. When I saw that, I was like, "That's fucking accurate."
Do you remember
being an adult sucks dick?
Because I remember specifically me going trick or treating for the last time, and somebody was like,
"How old were you?"
I don't remember the age, but I remember like somebody was like, "Aren't you a bit old?" And I was like, "Holy shit, am I?" I didn't say holy shit, but I was like, "Am I too old?"
No.
And then, like, my mom was like, I mean, you're kind of at that borderline age, but have fun, like, if they give you candy, but be respectful, And I was like, okay, and then, like, a lot of people would just be like, because I'd go with my younger brother, or I'd go with other friends, and they'd be like, oh, you're too old, man. And I'm like, okay. And then at some point, I was just like, yeah, it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If you're like probably like almost 18, I get it. But like you've seen 13.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 38, like just fucking stop
year.
Dressing up and going to kids' houses. It's a fucking weird. Okay, but
I think I was 15.
14,
because I dressed up like
it was freshman year of high school. I remember because
freshman year seems about right for me too, Chase.
A freshman. I remember it specifically because it was me and a couple of my friends, and Andy Bates had this ridiculous Halloween mask.
Shout out, Andy.
It was sick. And we ran into some girls from our school, and they were like, "We'll flash you if you give us your mask." And Andy, and all of us froze up. It wasn't just Andy; all of us froze.
I would have given the whole bag.
And they just like laughed and like walked away, and we're like, "Fuck, we really blew that. We blew that."
That's awesome.
That's why I remember. 100% why.
Fucking awesome.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween,
regardless, you guys got anything else tonight?
Kevin, enjoy your last trick or treating with Avery.
Fuck you, Jason Payne. I love you so much, but fuck you. Thank you for calling that out, though. For real, though.
Yes.
Because I don't want to think about that.
Kevin's gonna be crying the whole time with Avery. Avery's
I already see the tears.
Nothing.
I see the tears.
Good. Are you doing this next year for sure? Tell me right now. We're gonna sign a contract. Are you doing this next year?
Well, she has continually for the past like 3 years been like, I'm ready to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Can I go? Like, why can't I come with you? And I'm just like, no, you cannot come with me. Like, no. And we're getting to the point where it's like,
maybe.
Yeah, next year.
Couple years, maybe.
Hey, actually, to be honest with you, to take the negative that I brought there, that continuing, you're just evolving your fucking trick or treating to that. That's huge.
That's a good point.
If you get that, that's fucking. You just extended Halloween another 3 more years now because of that.
Good
so
point,
good on you. That's fucking.
Yeah, but
huge.
I act like a fucking ass at Halloween Horror Nights. So like,
just normal.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know Kevin, so that's how I act at Halloween Horror Nights.
Dude, that's awesome. If she gets to go, that's cool. I would try to make it.
I'm gonna hold off on that though. I think I'm gonna hold off.
Hey, basically, you're gonna go. If she says no to the to candy, then you're gonna be like Halloween Horror Nights. Is that what you're gonna do?
We got some thoughts. We got some thoughts, folks. Lots of things to think about. We're
Lots of
not
parenting tips coming in. We'll come back in a year.
But tell me what you guys think. What do you think I should do?
How old
what
is Avery?
age?
Let everyone know.
She's 11, and what age did your kids? If you got kids, did you stop? They stopped trick or treating? Are they still trick or treating? Leave some comments here in the YouTube video. Leave some comments on our Facebook page, which is Cup to Cup Show, or our group Facebook page, which is the CTC OnlyFans. Get on there. Let's talk about trick or treating a little bit. How do you feel about it? Let's talk about this 90s movie bracket. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which was your favorite? Which did you feel like Chris missed out on? Clearly, he missed out on a lot. But it is Chris's 90s horror movie bracket. So remember that. So make sure you gear all that anger towards Chris. No, we love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there. And
watch out for those razor blades and candy. That's what they used to say in the 90s. So
and don't say we'll be back.
Well, don't say we'll be back. No. Follow the rules.
Be right
Follow
back.
the rules.